and the same beast.
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Father Duty has called Theo Dorsey into the spotlight. It is Colin Russo filling in. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3. Streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm. We got Cade Chumsden behind the glass today helping us out. Today we're streaming live for the next 4 hours. Got Theoretically Speaking, then Russo and Rizzo. Got a couple guests lined up today. We're going to be hearing from Chris Swagger, the Kaiser University Athletic Director towards Russo and Rizzo. And we're also going to be hearing from Evan Cohen, the host of Unsportsmanlike at 2:20. So stay tuned for all that action. It is training camp time, which means one of two things. Either you're one of the unlucky teams that has a major injury in the first 3 or 4 days, because this is just what happens. When training camp starts, these guys are not in complete shape. And on top of that, you're trying to figure out contract extensions. And if you are a team that needs a quarterback or a team that doesn't want to pay a quarterback, sometimes you have to make tough decisions in regard to that. Baker Mayfield's another one, and who is due for an extension, quote, but also the Buccaneers have not really shown ton of willingness to keep him around. So Baker Mayfield is a big topic on conversation today because apparently he's going to play out the last year of his contract and then enter into free agency next offseason, which will be in 2027. This is after a season which wasn't one of his best, was not excellent throughout the year, really fell apart because he got hurt throughout the latter part, but he's coming off his career year, which is in 2024, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and a divisional win. So he's been available. He's played every single game for Tampa Bay since he has gotten there. So he's been available in terms of health, but is he worth whatever squeeze he is asking for in terms of a contract extension? 888-760-3776, the number to get into the program. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. That's 888-760-3776 is the Baptist Health Hotline. Now, the Buccaneers are still, quote, optimistic that they could get a deal done with him, but if we're looking through contracts of said position, then the question is where does he think he lines up, and where does the Bucs think he line up in terms of how much they want to pay him? Because if he wants to be somewhere near Sam Darnold, where you're getting paid $100 million over the course of 3 years, which is what his previous contract was, then fine. Baker's 31 years of age. The previous contract was 3 years, $100 million, set stone, signed, sealed, delivered, forget it. But if he wants to move upward, you're looking Daniel Jones, who is making $44 million annually. Jalen Hurts is making $51 million annually. Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, 52 respectively. Then you get into the guys who basically broke the bank on the max contract extensions outside of Mahomes, who's making 64. Prescott, 60. Joe Burrow, 55. Josh Allen, 55. Jordan Love, 55, which is a tremendous overpay. But Baker finds himself sort of in between the middle of being a backup type of payment, like a Kirk Cousins, who's making $11, $12 million. Justin Fields, who's making $11, $12 million. And somewhere between that and top-end money. I don't know if I would dance with the devil if I was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and enter into QB carousel mode heading into next year's offseason. The one thing is there's a ton of quarterbacks coming out in next year's draft. We said this last year, and it ended up not being the case, but you got to be pretty certain that a lot of the college quarterbacks this coming year are going to be NFL players, the Arch Mannings of the world. I mean, heck, maybe Lenora Sellers puts something together. Maybe, I know Drew Mestamaker was a true freshman last year, not looking at him, but there's guys down the line, Sam Levitt, who might have huge years. Josh Hoover in Indiana might have a huge year. Guys who might come out into the draft this year if they're at least lined up to have a big time year. So if you're the Buccaneers, do you want to risk that and all of a sudden a 9-win Buccaneer team who's selecting 17th overall, do they want to try to leverage themselves to select a player in that position and let Baker walk, try to save a buck or two? Or do you try to save Baker, give Baker his $140 million over 3 years, and then pay him his $40 million annually? Do you do that? I guess that's the kind of the burning question here that everybody is asking for. Cade Chumsden's behind the glass today. Cade, it's the ever-old question of, is it worth it to let this guy walk, or is it worth it to at least pay him what he is looking for? He is currently slated on that $33 million annually contract, which is known as a bargain around the league. And now I assume he's going to want something a little bit more expensive heading into maybe his last big contract of his NFL career. If you're the Buccaneers, what say you?
I think you pay him somewhere between the 44 to 46 range.
I don't think we kind of consider the $50 million a year threshold as almost like that elite tier talent.
Jalen Hurts is the first at 51, and then Lamar, Herbert, Purdy, yada, yada,
Yeah,
yada.
I don't think he's up there with those guys. I think he meddles around the 14 to 12 range when we're talking to best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. He's honestly had two kind of downer years. I know he was in the MVP talk when they went, 6-1 to start last year?
Yep.
So we know he's good, but he's going to be without Mike Evans this year. He's going to be without kind of his star guy, his base guy, and they didn't really do a ton to bring him around.
And it looks like they're going to get rid of Vita Vea. It looks like they're offloading a little bit of contracts.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily – I know the money probably could work to pay him a lot. I don't think he's there in his career. I don't think he's there as far as his play the last few years. The fact that they didn't even make the playoffs after a 6-1 start says a lot to me. So I think if you can pay him between the 44 to 45 range – for 3 or 4 years, that puts him right in the middle of the pack, which is exactly where I think he belongs.
Now, Baker's somebody who thrives with a chip on his shoulder. Sometimes you get the best out of Baker when he feels disrespected, slighted. If you're the Buccaneers, it's almost not a bad idea to let him go the first couple of games and then see what type of Baker you get. And then if he plays great, sort of let him earn the money that he is ever so desiring. Now, it gives Baker leverage. If he's great, he could ask for the king's ransom. But to that same token, if you were going to bet on him, would you bet on anybody during a contract year? I think I would, because there's something about playing for almost your financial life that motivates these NFL players more than anything, especially a 31-year-old who's, if he signs a 4-year contract, that's the last big contract he'll probably ever sign.
So I semi-agree with you. If they hadn't have proved a ton, Baker Mayfield, I feel like, has proved a ton with Tampa Bay. I think he's resurged his entire career. So I personally wouldn't have a problem paying him early, especially giving confidence to the rest of the team saying this is the guy in a division that's completely gettable once again this year. So whereas, and I know I'm a homer for this, but if you were to contrast this to the Houston Texans,
who probably who are going to wait until they pay C.J. Stroud,
because he just had probably the biggest fumble in playoff history last year with 5 or 10 total turnovers in 2 games. What was that stat?
Yeah, it's terrible.
That is a guy you're saying, okay, you need to prove us once again that you were who you were in your rookie year. Baker, I think, has a whole career of showing that he is a good player and has done a lot for the Buccaneers post-Brady era. This is a guy I don't think you necessarily need to do that with. Go get him paid. Go get this roster finalized 4-year, reset mentally, and go get yourself another NFC South championship.
Yeah, one thing I would say about Baker is I respect Baker in the postseason. He's done a very good job throughout, at least playing well in the postseason. He's got 2 playoff wins to his name, one with the Browns. Keep that in mind. Won a playoff game with the Browns. Beat Ben Roethlisberger, basically knocked him out. 2020, I want to say. And they blew them out in Heinz. And I think it wasn't a true road game because of the fans and COVID. But, yeah, that was a heck of a win. I believe it was in Heinz. Point is,
it was because they were the Steelers had won the division.
The Steelers won the division that year. And that ended Roethlisberger's career. So that Baker won that game, and they also beat the Eagles coming off of a huge Super Bowl appearance the year prior. When they were the runner-ups to the Chiefs, they circled back. They had a sort of an off year, and Baker knocks them out in the first round. So that's another example where they've won big playoff games with Mayfield. It's a playoff-coded team. It's a team that you're not necessarily, I wouldn't say you're afraid of, but you're confident in.
And weren't they a play away from beating the
Commanders.
Lions?
Oh, the game after? Yeah. They played well against the Lions, and they played well against the Commanders last year.
And they played well against the Chiefs when he was a Brown.
So he plays well in big games. I remember that game they lost to the Commanders. The Commanders had magic all over. And the Buccaneers, they lost to them 23-20 in that 2025 first playoff game. So they've been a good playoff team for what it's worth. NFC South teams are dangerous in the postseason, despite it being known as a lackluster division. Look at what the Panthers did last year against the Rams.
Woo.
When they had them. And so I think I ultimately agree with you. If you're going to play the song and dance of do we pay him, do we not pay him, are we nervous, are we not nervous with Baker Mayfield, then I think you're asking for a pseudo reset of the team.
I also don't think this is a situation where Baker wants to leave.
He shouldn't want to leave because it's the only place he's had sustained success at. And it's a marriage. It's a good marriage. Yes. He lives in Florida. I'm sure he loves living in Florida. He's making good money. He's having success. And they're a competitive team in a bad division. What does he want to do? He wants to go take over the Cardinal job and then compete with the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners for the next couple of years? He doesn't want to do that. So he's comfortable with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because it's a well-run organization. They usually draft well. They usually got good players. But the problem is, I think the Bucs are dealing with a little bit of an identity crisis. Nobody knows what to do with Todd Bowles. Nobody knows what to do with Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans' situation has ended after a great career there. The older Vita Vea is on his way out after wanting too much money. They're sort of resetting. Good teams can stay in the mix. The Eagles have done this for years. But sometimes you need a little bit of a reset or a reset, 2 reset years to kind of recapture your bearings. That could be the Buccaneers this year. I could see the Buccaneers having an off year. I can. And because
you don't think that was last year? Or at least
last year was
a
a last game of the season, had a chance against the Panthers in week 18.
No, but they went 6-1 to start the year and finished
it fell apart.
8-9.
Right. And they fell apart because they were terrible in a close game and Baker was hurt for a lot of the year. If you want to call that an off year because they missed the postseason, fine. But I don't view this team as a 12-win team consistently. I don't.
No, I wouldn't either.
So this is it. If you're going to call it now, like blind ranking how many wins, you're looking at 9, right? 9 or 10,
yeah,
right? A 10 on the upside, 9 on the low side. It's a steady medium team.
I would actually say 7. I think this team can only potentially win 7 games. The Saints are going to be better.
The Saints are going to be better.
Panthers are back.
You got to assume the Panthers are going to be solid for what it's worth.
Nothing knows.
God forbid the Falcons, but Falcons are another team that's going to win 7 or 8 games. The bottom line is the Buccaneers are a team that they a little akin. They've won more playoff games, so it's not the same, but to what the Steelers are doing in terms of every single year they sort of get in. They don't necessarily knock on the door, but they don't necessarily make a run. I won't say that's fair for the Buccaneers because they've been better in playoff games, but how much different is it than what the Steelers have done versus what the Buccaneers have done? Is it worth it to them to try to reset? Do they think they could accomplish something with Baker in the long future? If the answer is yes, then pay him. If the answer is I'm not sure, we might be doing a coaching change, we might do a regime change. Well, the one thing you want to do, if you're going to get rid of Bowles, don't pay Mayfield now. Because if Bowles is on his way out, then you're going to bring a new guy. A new guy has to work out with Mayfield. And Mayfield's a personality, to say the least. What are you going to eat? If maybe that's what they're thinking. Is Bowles is this more to say about Todd Bowles as head coach for the Buccaneers than it is about Baker? Because Bowles was in firing talks last year. His seat was warm. If they have another iffy year, is his seat hot? The answer is yes. He's been there for a while. He's been successful for them. But that is they let Liam Cohen walk. They get guys plucked all the time, that Buccaneers organization. They might try to switch things up. And if that's the case, the last thing you want to do is to lockstep their quarterback like a Michael Penix and bring in Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski's got to answer for the crimes of Tua and Penix for the rest of the year. That's exactly what the Falcons are dealing with. And I'm not saying Penix is Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's obviously a lot better than that, but you don't want to handcuff your coach to a previous regimed quarterback. That's what I'd be a little nervous about. I
would see, again, I think you were cooking until that last sentiment because I think Baker is a good quarterback that you can build around. So whoever the new head coach is, he's dealing with a good quarterback.
But he's got to make sure he likes him. That's the thing. These guys are very particular about the guys they like. Yeah, Baker has also succeeded under a certain type of play callers. The Rams guys. They were good under McVay. He was terrible with the Panthers. He was iffy up and down with the Browns. He was a particular type of coach. That's all I'm saying. I've just, principle-wise, I am always under the team that if you're going to get a new coach, chances are you should, if you could help it, get a new quarterback at the same year, right? Like, let him
historically that's been amazing.
Let him figure that out, right? Don't do one or the other, because then it's annoying. Because then it not only do people don't want to take the Browns job because they got guys already set on the roster. People want, the Falcon job is not as good as it could be. If they had a good draft pick and no quarterback to have, that might have been a more desirable position.
Yeah.
The Raiders, for example, knew they had the number 1 overall pick. People want the Raider job. That's a sought after position because you get your opportunity to get Mendoza. That's why Clint Kubiak couldn't wait to get there ASAP. Kellen Moore was a good example of that. They didn't necessarily have somebody lockstep at quarterback, and Kellen Moore goes to the Saints. They figured out Shuck, and all of a sudden they got somebody pretty good. So they long-winded way of saying the Buccaneers have a decision to make. My personal opinion is, don't, unless you're planning on being bad, unless you think the team is going to be bad, don't do it. Get him under contract. try to get him cheap again, and let him ride out his career. I think he's earned himself the right to ride himself out another contract with Tampa Bay. And that's the bottom line. Has he earned himself another contract? Yeah. And the answer is objectively yes.
Yeah.
Because he's won 2 playoff games for them. So, or actually, I should say one
playoff
and he's
game.
played well in 3 playoff games for them.
Yeah.
That alone earns you another contract.
And he was hurt last year, and the whole season for the Bucs went downhill when Mike Evans got hurt.
Right, well, which is a given. But Baker got hurt too. He hurt his shoulder. So they were beat up. They were beat up, no doubt. And it was the Panthers season, for what it's worth. Panthers were God's chosen team, and they had the magic. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think you're looking at the Saints. The Saints are going to be underrated next year with Shuck and company. So keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on what Baker's going to do. We're going to loop in Evan Cohen. We'll talk a little, we'll talk a little NBA free agency action. We'll see whatever the heck is on his mind. Also on top with all these, big time moves that could potentially happen via training camp. Evan Cohen coming up on the other side. First things first, 888-760-3776 is the Baptist Health Hotline. Check in with Baptist Health today. And welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, their expert team delivers the same advanced care that is trusted by the pros. Get back to the life and the activities you love. Learn more by going to baptisthealth.net/ortho. That is baptisthealth.net/ortho. We'll take a time out here. That is Kate Chumson, Colin Russo. It is theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Go big and save big at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Right now, choose from over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned cars and SUVs ready to drive home today. That means more selection, more savings, and more ways to get the deals you've been waiting for. Whether you're looking for a fuel-efficient commuter, a family SUV, or a sporty new ride, Greenway Kia West Palm Beach has you covered. And here's the game changer. Big inventory means big value, putting more money back in your pocket. Credit challenges? No problem. The Credit Clinic is back, and the experienced team at Greenway Kia will work with you to explore financing options that fit your lifestyle. So don't wait. Find the Kia that's perfect for you, your budget, and your driveway. Call Lonnie Mister today at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or hurry on to Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where big inventory means big savings. But don't wait. These deals won't last. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most, getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar and Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation, 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, I'll be home in about 10 minutes. Actually, make it 8.
Hey, Mom. Yep, I'm walking home now. Mom, I'm trying to cross, but I don't think this driver sees me. No, they're driving too fast. Mom!
Speeding catches up with you. Early, on time, a little late, just get there safely. A message from the Florida Department of Transportation's Target Zero initiative.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
There's only one sport with games to bet every day the rest of the summer, and there's only one legal app to bet it. Bet baseball on Hard Rock Bet, your home to bet home runs, strikeouts, even the next at-bat. It's secure and regulated, so your money is safe. Step up to the plate with towering parlays that can turn a dollar bet into a max payout up to $2 million.
It's out of here!
Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hey, y'all get some more drinks going on. I sound a whole lot better.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
No Theo Dorsey, but in a midweek and you need a little pick-me-up. No better job to go get lunch, go get dinner than none other than Duffy's Sports Grill. Go get the power play at Duffy's Sports Grill. They got comfort food. They got made-to-order burgers that are stacked high. They got the crispy chicken tenders that actually crunch. They got wings tossed in your favorite sauce. And they got about 1,000 options on the sauce side of things. They got things with kick, things with no kick. If you're a sandwich person, that's loaded sandwiches, wraps, all packed with flavor and big enough to actually fill you up. It could be a true lunch. Go watch the games. They got 80 TVs at every location, and they got just about everything. Watch the horse racing. Watch cricket. If they got something on softball, basketball, they have it all at Duffy's Sports Grill. Perfect for lunch. Go grab a bite for the game. Go hang out and grab a couple drinks. That is Duffy's Sports Grill. Go get a power play. They get great food, cold drinks, and wall-to-wall sports. Duffy's, our game is always on. We got Kate Chumsman behind the glass today helping us out. And it's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo filling in, streaming live on YouTube. You can hear him if you tune into ESPN2, ESPNU on weekdays, and also on ESPN Radio on weekdays. You can hear him on First Take during the dog days of the summer. And it is none other than Evan Cohen who joins us now. Let's get right to it. Boy, oh boy, do I not know where Evan Cohen's rejoin is. This is a terrible job on my part. But Evan Cohen,
Colin, you know what?
Welcome into the program, my friend. How you doing?
Colin, at this point, it doesn't matter because it's not like we have any. You know what you just did for Duffy's, which is tremendous, and I love Duffy's. You know that. It's a lot more than anyone has done for me around there because I have nobody attached to me. But anyway, well, you are, you're hot stuff with the first
Hold on,
take.
Evan, I got the segment open ready. You want me to hit? You want to hit it? You want to do a little intro?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're good. All right, my bad. How are you today? What's going on? You've had a busy week. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, by the way, you could also hear our show on ESPN West Palm. That's, of course, the only place you don't promote. The place that you're on 4 hours a day every day.
You got ESPN2, ESPNU, the ESPN app. You got everything you need. And ESPN West Palm, 106.3, the ESPN South Florida app, all those places. Busy week for you. What's going on?
Good. Yeah, so I did First Take after our show Monday and Tuesday. I got it again tomorrow and Friday. For some reason today, I don't know. There's a chance that maybe someone asked for me not to be there today. I'm not sure.
That would be not surprising.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
That's not surprising.
I've heard. So, Evan, how do they do it? Do you get off at 9:55? Do you get a segment off in between? Put on the suit? Do you wear the suit for the whole show? Tell me about it.
Wear the suit for the whole show. Only put on the tie before First Take because Stephen A., as you know, very much wants the tie for First Take.
Oh, that's something that he tells you. He says you got to wear a tie?
No, but he has said it on the air, so I pick up on that. It's interesting because for Get Up, you don't see a lot
Get
of
Up, you can wear a Christmas sweater. You're good to go.
Yeah, but First Take, Stephen A. wants it very formal in that regard. He has never said that to me, but he has said that to others. So I just pick up on whatever he says. I'm thrilled for the opportunity, obviously, to be there. They've been having me leave the radio show at around 9 to 9:15.
Oh, okay.
And then I go do TV. I've done it both. I've done it where I left at 9:45. But this has been new. This has been a great opportunity, Colin, in all seriousness, because every other time, I did it 5, 6, 7 times over the last year before this last run. And every time I've done it, I've like hosted. I've been in the Shea Cornette role, you know?
Yeah, they had Cronin fill in for Shea, and you were just on the desk, right?
Right. So this time, this whole week, and then part of last week, they've had me be in like the like the panelist role, whatever you want to say, like the debater role. That obviously Stephen A. masters, and then Mad Dog is in, and then so that kind of role, the non-player, non-host debating role is what they've had me in, which is awesome, and I'm thrilled to be there.
That's been a change of pace. How? Tell me about the approach to that. Tell me about that.
So if we're gonna think about this show, theoretically speaking, right, versus Russo and Rizzo, let's just say. So if you think about the role that you're playing, a lot of times on theoretically speaking, you're reacting and giving your opinion to other people's opinions, not setting it up and then getting out of the way a little bit, right? Because Theo's setting it up, you're jumping in, whatever it is. So when I have filled in on the Shea role, Shea Cornette, who's unbelievable, I got to make sure, well, okay, like Orlovsky, I've been with Orlovsky. Jason McCourty's over there. Mike Tannenbaum's over here. Wendy's over there. Let me make sure, David Dennis Jr., let me make sure they're all getting their shots up, and I'm more of the point guard. You know, this is playing more shooting guard where you got to make sure you're getting your shots up. It's night and day different. It really is such a different role in many ways.
And you could also say on Sportsmanlike, you play a lot of that facilitating role as well with Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman. So from a perspective of you're almost a spot-up shooter, is that a fun change of pace for you?
You see, I can't tell whether or not you're trying to give the audience an insight into this or trying to demean me as we go question by question. I can't figure this because initially,
Evan, have a little. I'm genuinely curious. That's a good change of pace for you.
Here's where we've gone. Initially, in my head, you built me as Giannis. Then it's like, are you more of the band? Now you're
Norman Powell. It's a fine player.
I'm Simone. I'm fun.
You're Ryan Conwell.
He's been good. Ryan Conwell. He's been good in the summer league, by the way.
You're Ryan Conwell.
By the question, next thing you know, I'm gonna be Keith Askins sitting in the third row with a bow tie, watching.
You're tracking rebounds behind the bench.
Wayne Ellington.
No, on a real note. So obviously, you're a lot of your experience, at least with ESPN Radio and ESPN, all the fill-in opportunities you've done, has been in a distributing role. This is a different change of pace. You need to be not only concise, but you could fill your airtime a little bit more because you're not worried about everybody getting in and out on time. So tell me about that.
Right. So if we're just, again, totally transparent, I grew up looking up to three people in terms of on-air personalities that I wanted to be like. Okay? Three people. Howard Stern, Mike Francesa, Chris Russo. Okay? Those are the three. Those are all three of them simultaneously have an ability to play point guard and shooting guard, right? That's why when I say those names, everyone knows their names, okay? Then you look at, when I get to ESPN, my mentors have said to me, study Greeny, who has opinions up the wazoo, but has mastered the idea of the distribution and building Get Up the way he's got, he's built it.
Yeah, he's a straight distributor. He's a passer on that show for sure.
He's the greatest of all time. And, he's unbelievable at that. Then study Reese Davis has been another, my number one mentor has told me, study Reese Davis, who's unbelievable. It's not that these amazing talents don't have opinions. What they're skilled at is distributing to get even more out of everyone. So that's for 3 years, Colin, what I've been studying. And now in this role, it's like, well, hey, you remember how you started when you were 9 years old? You now got to go back to that because that's now the role they want me to be in for just the fill-in opportunities I'm lucky enough to have of, get some shots up here. So, I'm saying that one thing that was big, I guess, on social media this week I saw was they asked me how many teams definitively are better than the Sixers, right? And I said, well, let's start with the Knicks. And then I said, I'm also going to defer to the Pacers because I really didn't see them defend their Eastern Conference championship. And I could go more, but that's I wouldn't normally be the person giving hot takes on the Pacers, which I don't know that anyone wants to hear, but somehow they did.
So from a perspective of, this is Evan Cohen joining us, of a host of Unsportsmanlike, who filled in on First Take this week. We're getting to the bottom of that a little bit. Have you felt that you needed
At
to?
the bottom of it, it's if there was a crime involved in it. I held people up at gunpoint to get me in there.
Right. And so going into it, it's a little different because radio and television, I understand on Sportsmanlike, is a catered to TV radio program, but this is a catered for TV television program. Timings, I mean, maybe it's not that different, but in terms of the structure, it is different. So the approach, going to segments, preparing for the show. I know they do the production meetings. I don't know how involved you were on that because you have your show going on during that. But going into it, how do you structure how you're going to give a take versus radio versus TV?
So a lot of the rundown comes in, obviously, before, not the rundown, the questions that, hey, that they can consider.
7:30, give or take.
Well, that's the day of. The preparation on this show is unbelievable. There is a reason that Stephen A. has created the #1 show on sports television. Like, it is unreal, the amount of work that goes into that show. And so that is like, at some point today, I will probably communicate with producers as to like 100 different takes about this topic, that topic. They are so on top of it. They do have that early morning production meeting, as you were saying. I'm not able to be a part of it because I'm on the air. And then I meet with producers beforehand. So like the hour beforehand, I'll be talking to them just kind of to flush it all out. What I don't want to know, and this is just me, I'm not overly interested in knowing what anyone else is saying because I would rather react with them, with the audience. I don't want to know, well, Colin Russo is going to tell you that Jerry, I don't have any interest in that. What I now, if they tell me I have to, that's a different story, but they have not told me that. I am more excited about the idea of, we're going to talk about, did the Cowboys tell you that they're going to go get Max Crosby yesterday? Like that I'm into. That's great, right? So they're so smart. They'll say like, all right, Colin go first, Evan go second. Now I won't know what you're saying. You won't know what I'm saying, but because of the way they're ordering it, the producers know it creates great television because of the fact that they know our opinions. None of it is fake in any way, shape, or form. It's all as real as could be. I won't say, hey, I'll do this to counter what Colin says. I'm not doing that.
But there's an understanding, too, from a producer's standpoint that they're going to attack topics where there's differing opinions because it is a debate show and a bunch of I agrees would be a tough watch. So that's part of the reason. I think that's part of the producer's job is to structure it in the way that there will actually be some formulated debate. They're the game masters. They're the game masters.
Yeah, correct. But again, I don't know what other people are going to say. I just know what my opinion is.
Right.
I mean, listen, I think that First Take, obviously, the only other producer team I've ever seen equal to First Take is probably Theoretically Speaking. The normal producer of that show does such a great job.
Hey, wears the hats of 8 of those First Take producers. Geez, it must be nice. You guys got a whole basketball team instead of a one-man band. Go ahead.
Well, when it's Here's Evan Cohen brought to you by no one, that's why.
Jeez.
Stephanie Prince.
You got a boat's a little light on this side of the Atlantic, isn't it? Geez. Evan, you're still on that.
You know what I've noticed?
Go ahead.
Have you noticed this, by the way? Let's talk about this. So one of the founding fathers, so to speak, of ESPN West Palm is a man by the name of John Martin. J. Mart, my closest friend, the most heroic guy you'll ever meet, literally fought and beat cancer over the last year. Have you noticed that there's been a mass exodus around ESPN West Palm since he showed up?
J. Mart walked into the door on Tuesday. And we lost about 6 people on Friday. And we lost 6 people on Friday. I mean, it was a little rough.
What is going on?
Welcome back, J-Mart, with their suitcases right next to them. They got a flight out of PBI right after. I agree. ESPN West Palm has gotten a little light. People packing the streets, getting out of here, Evan. I don't think it's because of J-Mart, but it is funny, the peculiar timing.
Is the timing not okay? If it was a sports team, all right. And all of a sudden, a guy or a gal that hadn't been around for a while shows back up and 4 people retire or ask out. You would wonder why, would you not?
You'd try to draw a correlation. 4 people don't leave ESPN West Palm that often, once.
No.
And they're all
not by their choice.
For a number of different reasons. But yes,
right.
J-Mart walks in and all of a sudden everybody can't wait to get the heck out of there. I mean, geez.
What is that? What is that?
I think it's J-Mart is a lovely guy to talk to, and he is a vet in every sense of the word. He is a veteran at this station. He is one of, quote, founding father, according to Evan Cohen, which Evan is not one of. And he doesn't. Go ahead.
I'm not. I didn't know I wasn't. That's interesting.
You're not a founding father?
You want to?
There's a Mount. I've already done the Mount Rushmore. You're not on it.
Yeah.
Of ESPN West Palm.
Go ahead. You want to hear something from me?
Yes.
I'm not going to name the ESPN West Palm teammate, and this is a serious situation going on in this person's life. So let's keep to the side this person's life.
All right.
Let's just focus on the person's name. I got a text this morning from someone, ESPN West Palm teammate. I was today years old when I realized Eric Bieniemy's name wasn't Eric the Enemy.
A real person sent you that? And that was a real thought? That was a real thought?
8 years old when I realized Eric Bieniemy's name wasn't Eric the Enemy. I always wondered, this person continues, I always wondered why everyone called him by that nickname versus his real name and thought it was weird that the nickname was the Enemy. That is rough.
That is rough. Hopefully that person's not involved in content, right?
Well, that person was on the air for many years at ESPN West Palm.
Wow.
Would you like to narrow
narrows
it down?
down the selections.
Go ahead. An on-air personality at ESPN West Palm for a long time thought the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs' name was Eric.
If that
isn't the space enemy.
Sorry to butt in, Evan, but if that isn't Christina Costanza, I don't know who it is. That is
it is
Tina,
not.
That is Tina written all over.
I had J&P here. I had Jeremy Marks Peltz. I had no J&P.
Neither of the two.
If it's our fearless leader, I mean, geez, I don't know about this. This is the McCarthy trials. If I'm gonna say Stephanie Prince here, am I gonna get? My ear's gonna get pulled off air? If Stephanie Prince, did she say this to you? It was
great radio, Evan.
He's
just smiling
it was
right now.
Stephanie Prince, our fearless leader, general manager of the station, longtime producer.
Hey, by the way, when I listed off Howard Stern, Chris Russo, and Mike Francesa, I didn't list off Cade Chumslin. I knew what I was doing. I was pausing for Colin's reaction, who's hosting the show, Cade.
Stephanie Prince, our fearless. Evan, you're putting me in a tough spot here.
I'm
rowing the boat, and I'm saying the captain's an idiot. That's a tough sell, Evan. What's going on here?
The Enemy.
Stephanie Prince didn't know that Eric Bieniemy's last name was Bieniemy. She thought it was just The Enemy, unironically.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a little tough.
I don't want to out anybody, but yeah, it was her.
Wow. Evan, did you see The Odyssey?
I have not.
You have any interest in seeing The Odyssey?
Don't plan on it. You know I have a rule about movies.
What's
You're
your
not going to
rule?
like it.
All right, go ahead.
I need cell phones or laptops. I need it to be modern if I'm going to see it now.
Wasting my time. What do you mean?
No, I'm wasting your time. You asked me about it.
When is the last time you went to a movie theater?
When was the last time I went to?
Was it this?
Devil Wears Prada 2.
That was a month ago. I thought I was expecting 2016. You saw that a month ago.
I'm not into the old time movies. That's not me.
It's not old time. It came out 2 weeks ago.
No. When it's taking place.
Oh, wow. That's a big movie. That's a big movie. You didn't see that?
And I don't like Annie Hathaway. I love Annie Hathaway. She's phenomenal.
She's in the movie.
I know, and that's how you say her name. People think it's Anne. It's Annie. People get that wrong. You probably would have got that wrong.
I don't think you're right. I think you're incorrect there. So I think
I'm 100% right. Ask her.
You've asked her this?
She has said it. She's married to a guy that I went to school with, but I haven't seen that guy or talked to that guy in 100 years. But anyway,
she's in Connecticut. She lives in Connecticut. She lives in Connecticut.
So, anyway, point is, I don't like movies that take place in old settings. That's just not for me. Now, am I a fraud? Yeah. Do I love Shawshank? Yes. Do I love Hoosiers? Now that's 1960s, 50s, whatever it is. I love that. I could watch Hoosiers all day.
1974, I think it came out. But go ahead.
Not when it came out. When the movie was taking place.
Yes, that was late 50s. I want to say that was late 50s.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm a little bit fraudulent in that, but like the old historical kind of movies are not my thing. Not my thing.
So it's because of the topic, not because of the scale. It's a huge movie. So it's the type of thing that people go out, the Creasters, people who go to Christmas and Easter Mass every year. That's the type of movie that gets those people out.
How do you feel? Are you aware that Christopher Nolan, the producer, director, creator.
So Christopher Nolan didn't come on Sportsmanlike and promote the movie? Am I getting that right?
No, we had a conflict with Russo and Rizzo.
You had a conflict.
I heard they passed on him.
You had a conflict. You could do Paul Feinbaum, SEC Media Day. You got Nolan sitting in the green room. Huh?
So Christopher Nolan
Go ahead.
does not have a cell phone nor an email.
Yeah, he's old school. He's very old school.
That's a little weird, is it not?
Do you think it's performative?
No, because I shouldn't say it. He said he has a cell phone for like emergency.
He's got like a flip phone to communicate, but he does not have a smartphone like everybody else in the world.
Yeah, the flip phone. Let's talk about that for a second. I think that is conceptually correct. I actually think that is where I should go in life because of how addicted I am to the phone at all times.
I agree.
And it's like dangerous.
Don't you think the movies, the movie theater is a good way to put the phone down for 3 hours?
I'm not anti going to the movie theater. I'm just not interested in that movie.
Okay.
I'm all in on shows and movies, etc. During the winter, I don't know why it's a winter thing. Probably because my kids are home. During the winter, I am 5 a.m. Saturday mornings movies. Every Saturday morning, 5 a.m. I'm watching a movie in my basement alone. So I'm all in on movies.
What is that about?
I'm not all in.
Why 5 a.m. During the winter? You watch movies at 5 a.m. on Saturday.
Well, think about it. I have 2 kids. They're at sleepaway camp for a lot of the summer.
Right.
Okay. So when freezing cold, I wake up very early. I need a couple of hours before they wake up, before I'm driving around all of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut with sports all weekend. I need a little relaxation for 2 hours on a Saturday morning, and I just take my mind off of the world. That's what you know what I did? You know how this all started? You'll be into this. I was like, when the Dynasty thing on the Patriots came out on Apple, and it was a week-by-week thing, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't dump it all in.
That's right.
I was like, well, I think it would come out on Fridays or whatever it is, and I would never have time on Friday night because my kids had activities. I'm like, when am I going to do this in peace? I don't want anybody bothering me. I need to concentrate on this. I started Saturday mornings, 5 in the morning. It's the most peaceful thing of my week, every week. No joke.
Is that because you can't sleep in even if you wanted to?
Well, if you think about a normal person on a day that they're not working, what do you think, Colin?
Yeah, they sleep in. They catch up on whatever sleep they missed out on.
Yeah, but how many more hours? How many hours later do they wake up? What do you want to say? An hour or 2?
Yeah, not much.
Okay, I wake up at 3:40 every day. So if I'm waking up by 5, that's me sleeping in.
All right.
So then what am I doing at 5 in the morning? 5 in the morning Saturday is my prime time. Oh, the amount of people that get bombarded with emails from me, I love it. They hate it. I love it. I will start driving you nuts Saturday mornings at about 4:30. I'll wake up earlier. Colin, I need these 43 things getting ready for Theoretically Speaking on Wednesday at 2:20.
I'm an early wake-up guy in the weekend, too. I'm not 4:30, but I am an early wake-up guy in the weekend as well. So I do appreciate the sentiment. Go ahead.
What are you doing? Are you going for a run?
Yeah, usually I first thing I do every morning is to try to do something physical or exercise. That's usually the goal. But this weekend I'll be at Bar Anticipation down in Lake Como, New Jersey, which see a bunch of old lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen people do events there. It's smart because then it's the crowd that's already there that doesn't come for you. But you get
yeah, you could say that again. I'll tell you that. You got Mike in Orange County, and you got Cologne in New Jersey, and then wipe the hands clean. Everybody else is here just for a good time.
You got a little short guy who may show up with a little bit of curls, and
and Mike Babchek will be there trying to talk to the people. Yeah. Evan, what, you not invited to that? You ever go to? You never did that, huh? Not invited to that, are you?
Oh, I very much am invited to that these days. I can tell you that. And I am. We can talk about at 6:01. Maybe we should talk, Colin, because I am as highly thought of as I've ever been. And I can tell you that much. You know that better than anyone.
At Bar A for the Mad Dog Radio breakdown. Oh, geez, that's going to be quite a show. And I'll let you know how it is. All right. I'll let you know how it is.
I expect a little picture from 2 of you this weekend, as always.
That's Evan Cohen, of course, hosted on Sportsman, joining us now on Theoretically Speaking. Theo's on father duty, by the way. With Theo, talk about this. Strategically placing his paternity days. He's doing every other day this week. And instead of, I actually think this is smart.
Is that really what he's doing?
Yeah, he did every other day this week because he's got 2 weeks or something like that, which I think is a little light.
Why not take it straight?
Because he did the first week straight. The second week, he did not take any days off because the wife's family was in town. It's the first baby in both families. Smart. I agree. Savvy. And The third week, I think he's trying to take advantage of the last 2 days and maybe try to capitalize maybe weekends, Mondays, whatever, or emergencies. And he's doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday off, paternity leave scheduled here Tuesday, Thursday. I actually don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, you know what? I take it back. That's smart. He's getting the proper off days that he, obviously part of paternity leave, but then also kind of making sure the audience knows, hey, I'm still here. I'm not out of here forever.
That's it.
That's smart. And the thing, see, this is where people mess up a lot. If you are fortunate enough to have a relationship, or even if you don't, and you're fortunate enough to have a child, and then you're fortunate enough to have help, in a weird way, people are around when the baby's born, and then they're out of there. So in a weird way, when the baby is born and the family comes around, you can kind of outsource, hey, can you stay with the kid a little bit or whatever it is? Let me go to work. When everybody leaves is when the help is needed.
Right. And they're the first baby on both sides of the family. So if they're definitely not too proud to take the help, because take the help. And that's exactly what they did, which I think was smart.
I did a terrible thing, because I asked my wife recently about this, because I didn't remember. When my son was born in 2013, and I said to my wife, I'm like, do you remember how many days I took for paternity? I don't know that I'm proud about. I think I took a day. That's not good. That's not good.
What part of the year?
That's wrong.
What part of the year was he born?
My son was born September 6th.
Oh, that's not a good time.
Hold on. On a Friday, Patriots beat the Bills on that Sunday. I was at work on Monday. So I just
that's not savvy scheduling. That's not savvy scheduling.
Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, no. Colin, you are the person to give other people advice about relationship and children. Go ahead. Walk us through that, if you may, from experience.
I'm speaking from an objective point of view.
Certainly not.
If the child was born in July, you'd be able to, there's not as much to miss. You got Patriots Bills on Sunday. You got to break it down on Monday. You're in a tougher spot.
Bills weren't that great at that point. Remember, pre-Josh Allen, so it wasn't. They weren't great.
Yeah, right, fine.
But the Patriots were that's a team I root for, and they're the everyday team. They're probably the prime of Brady and Belichick in many ways. So that's an every snap kind of thing.
And they went to the Super Bowl that year, if I'm not mistaken. That was the year against the Seahawks. Am I wrong?
Seahawks, yeah.
So
13-14.
To me, bad scheduling on the birth of the child. That's just me.
You'll do better when you have your situation, which is let me check on when that's going to be.
Yeah, you got an hour?
Bar A, who knows?
Bar A, who knows? Maybe I'm having the love of my life. I'm having the love of my life. Mike Rizzo and myself, it's funny because we're in such different stages. Mike Rizzo and myself are as single as you could possibly be, while Cade Shumson behind the glass is happily married, and Theo Dorsey's got a 2-week-old with his lovely wife. It's incredible, the people that are on air and the differences in life stages that we're at, despite being very similar in age. Mike is similar age to Theo, and Cade is similar age to me. And Cade's married, Theo's married, and Mike and I are just hanging out, high-fiving after break, saying, good segment. What I mean?
No, that's interesting. If we're going to get personal here, I wasn't planning on it, but we might as well.
Might as well.
I feel like Mike Rizzo, Russo and Rizzo, 4 to 6 here on ESPN West Palm. Evan Cohen joining us on Sportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. here on ESPN West Palm.
Said a couple minutes
the whole place managed, by Stephanie the Enemy. The Mike Rizzo, I feel like, likes to tell people he's in the mix with things. You do not. If I'm just listening to Russo and Rizzo, I'm thinking that Mike is having a nice time out there. I don't get the feel. I'm not saying
Mike
that's
kisses
true.
and tells. That's my time.
See, that's interesting. That I don't love. I don't love that.
You don't think that's a good idea by Mike? You would, if you were lecturing or giving a piece of advice to Mike, you would say, keep cards close to the chest. Did I tell you? I'll tell you this really quick. Mike and I did theoretically speaking with Christina Costanza the happy hour, and she's blowing us off today. But we
really?
did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, Tina, who knows? And so Mike was hosting, and I was behind the glass. We get Mike going on a relationship thing, right? And he was freshly out of a dating little, a thing, on a fling, whatever you want to call it. And
not a thing.
and he was telling us, proclaiming that he was done. DONE was the thing he kept saying. Done with the game, right? He's out of the game. He's subbed out, all right? And to the point, we went to the phone lines, and Mike was talking so down on himself. He was just in the gutter about it. And there was a nice young lady who called in and gave Mike a pep talk about how to meet girls out and about, because he refuses to do the apps, which I actually respect. And she gave him a pep talk on the air, and I thought that was very nice of her. Very nice.
And how'd that go?
Katie in West Palm.
But what happened with Mike?
Mike took the advice. I thought there was an opportunity there. Hey, like, what do you do? You want to go? She said, go to trivia night. He's like, you want to join me? Like that. I thought that was there for the taking. My personal opinion, but he did. He just took it and he threw it away. Threw away the advice.
Newt Rockney, she is not then, Katie in West Palm. That didn't really
she didn't join via Zoom, Evan. I mean, we only got the phone.
Well, it's interesting looking back on it. I don't remember if I ever talked about my now wife as my girlfriend at the time on ESPN West Palm.
When did you announce that you were seeing somebody and it was serious?
Probably very late in the process, because I was very, 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 very private, and still am to some extent, in terms of, like, I don't say my wife's name, my kid's names on the air. It's just not for me. So I probably talked about getting engaged. Honestly,
you announced that hey, by the way, I'm seeing somebody. We're getting married next spring. Is that how that went?
There's a chance.
Wow. Jeez, we got to pull out those files.
You have to ask J-Mart that. The problem is, I may have quit before we can ask J-Mart that, because everybody leaves as a result of him, because we were doing the show together. Boy, how many people are out of here because of him?
Evan, the boat's a little light. I'll tell you that. The interns outweigh there's 4 interns, and I swear they outweigh the amount of full-time employees at this point at this place. Jeez. And there's
like this, there'll be less full-time employees.
More of these shows. I mean, geez, I'll be joining them.
I agree.
Evan,
I agree on that. Name dropping random people from Bar A in New Jersey. My God Almighty.
Evan,
let me look at my notes. I'm going to do stuff with you here. Let's see here. Let me look.
Your notes on what?
No, I'm saying from our show today. All right, let's talk about a couple things here. Very quick. I'm going to give you quick hitters, because you have nothing today. So I'm going to give you some quick hitters. Tomorrow I'm doing. We do.
You want to do Baker Mayfield contract extension right now?
No, but what you're doing certainly is not working. So
get to know Evan Cohen. Get to know Evan Cohen doesn't fly with you.
All right, you know what? My notes are done. Give me another one.
I feel like I got to reintroduce the audience to Evan Cohen in the afternoons. It's been a while. Is that fair?
No, when I was there was an audience. Then you guys showed up.
That's actually good. The ball was on a tee, but that was good. That's fun.
All right, give me another get to know you. I like this.
All right, yeah. So, Evan, you're doing TV all week, and you do the movies at 5 a.m. every single morning. What about off-season? Kids are here. How do you spend your weekends other than getting pissed off at your neighbors because they beat you in a best of 3 in pickleball?
Did we talk about that, or you heard about that?
You told us that. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that so many people are going to understand and relate to this. It's the kids' sports these days are wild. The amount of travel that I have to take these kids, and my wife obviously, to take my 2 kids around. Now, is it our fault? Yeah, we signed them up for this, right?
You have to. You have to. That's part of it. It's culturally encouraged. They got to play. If they want to play sports, got to let them play sports.
I don't think we have to, and I don't care if other people are encouraging or not encouraging to do it. I guess I would say, for me, if they want to play sports, my wife and I work hard enough where we have the means to allow them to do that. I'm not saying I'm taking them to IMG Academy, and that's not a knock on IMG in Bradenton. I'm saying, can I take them an hour and a half? Yeah, I can do that, right? And I'm lucky and I'm fortunate enough to do that. But Colin, it is nonstop. Like, I have things in the calendar right now for probably November and December for basketball tournaments, all color coded in my Microsoft Outlook calendar to make sure that we know who's going where and when every weekend. I'm telling you, there are people listening right now.
What about the carpooling?
Well, it's tricky because my son specifically does not all of his teams don't play in the town we live in. So it's people from all over the place.
I see.
Also, I don't want a carpool because I want to go to the games.
What about the practices?
Well, practices are like so. 2 days ago, I took 2 other kids home.
There
from
you
the
go.
Practice,
Yeah,
right?
you get one, I get one. That's how it goes. You get a free night here, free night there.
Yeah, but there's also there's real life stuff that is involved in this stuff, and then there's also like, all right, they're practicing in this area. I just use for example, if somebody were to practice in the Villages in West Palm, where I used to live 100 years ago, and my son's practice an hour and a half, I may sit there and say, I don't want a carpool because I'm going to go to the Publix and go food shopping. I'm going to Duffy's and I'm going to sit there and have dinner. You know what I'm saying? I may take advantage of that time, but it's still a lot of time out and about. And then, so it's every weekend, all the kids stuff, all the youth stuff. It's wild. I mean, I know Stephanie Prince and Steve Pollard Sr., like I know that they, who run our company and station, they're as close as could be. And I know that both of them have run into each other at different basketball tournaments for their kids in Orlando, not knowing the other one was there, traveling 2.5 hours. It's crazy.
There's been a lot of discussion about youth sports and sort of the, I guess, over businessification, if that's a word, of how it's turned into a giant scheme. And the word is scheme. In terms of getting kids signed up. People have talked about it with youth soccer. Youth soccer compared to the rest of the world, that's the big critique of the United States. You got to pay, you got to pay, you got to pay. That's every other sport. That is every other sport. Basketball, you got to pay. If you want to play soccer, you got to pay. If you want to play hockey, you got to pay. You want to play lacrosse? It's not cheap. So it's the same thing with every sport. That's just American culture that even if you want to play a rec league at the same place every single week, you're paying an arm and a leg and you're practicing 6 times a week.
100%. And hockey is insanely expensive. I played hockey growing up for a few years. And also the ice time is weird times and things like that. Football, obviously, for all the equipment. But yeah, I mean, this is what it is. Again, you don't have to do this, but I look at it this way. I look at it as if my son, let's just use him as an example. If my son wants to try out for Team X and the practices, and this is not a joke, Colin, the practices are till 9:30 at night on weeknights. Okay. He wants to sign up for this and he makes the team and he's going to practice from 8 to 9:30 at night. Now that's not ideal, but I'm just thinking, what is a better usage of his time? If he's done with his homework, which he has to be done with the homework before he goes. If he's done with his homework, he's not going to sleep before 9:30 at almost 13 years old. That's not happening. Okay. I'd like to say it is. It's not happening. So how can I sit there and say that that's not a great usage of time? Even though it is a racket, it costs $1 gazillion. He's going to be sitting there sweating up a storm with other 12 and 13-year-olds getting coached hard. And you know what else I love? One of the coaches is a female coach for him, which I love even more because now he is respecting all genders and he has there's multiple races, ethnicities. It's the way the world should be. It's a collection of great people looking and loving and feeling different. How am I giving him a better experience by being home for that hour and a half, trying to beg him to not watch TV?
Now all those points are good, but the timing could stink. The timing objectively stinks there. 9:30, they're out of there at 9:35, 9:40. Then all of a sudden, if you got to commute, you're walking in the door. Evan wakes up at 3:15 in the morning, and
an hour later,
you're lucky if head hits the pillow by 10:45, right? Like that's just how it goes.
And Colin, my son is like you, and you've met him. He'll talk to anyone. So when you sit there and say, practice over at 9:30,
part of practice is the congregation after. Part of practice is the congregation after.
He's talking to the vending machine. He'll talk to anyone. You know what I mean?
That's part of the game.
It's a disaster.
It's too late. I coached youth basketball here in Palm Beach Gardens. The Palm Beach Gardens Youth Athletic Association, which is a wonderfully run program. And even then, they got a number of courts, but if you get burned with the practice time, all of a sudden you got Wednesday night, 9 to 10 p.m. or 8 to 9:30. And then a game.
What age group?
It was 7th through 9th grade.
So that's basically my son's age. That's late.
It's late. And that's why they give the older kids later, because everybody assumes that the older kids stay up later than the younger kids. So the younger kids go first.
But that's still relatively young. At 12, 13 years old, then it's again, how I have justified it is very simple. Is it a lot of money? Yes. Is it late at night? Yes. Can it be an inconvenience at times? Yes.
Is it almost socially mandatory for the kid? Absolutely.
What you said, you think it is socially
I think it is.
mandatory?
I think in a lot of ways, at least something socially mandatory to get him out of the school districts and doing an activity on the weeknights.
If you're fortunate enough to have the means, which in this case, I'm not buying, 100 Mercedes. I'm spending whatever money to take on the basketball, and my daughter too. My daughter has practices as well.
It's social, in my opinion, social development. It's socially mandatory, and I'm talking for somebody who has no kids. But yes.
Well, I'll be totally transparent. My son is better in that environment than maybe at times he is in a one-on-one play date type or hangout environment. And socially, if that's where he can thrive and be coached and honestly be yelled at by someone that's not me, then that's good too. All right, I gotta go.
That was wonderful, Evan. A little life coach parent advice from one non-parent and another parent on the other side who didn't announce that he was getting married until the 2-year anniversary of him and his wife. By the way, I'm married, guys. ESPN West Palm. This is Evan Cohen here. Yeah, geez, we've been married. We've known each other for 5-6 years. That's how that went. We'll have to find the files on that, Evan. I appreciate it as always. Enjoy First Take this week, and we'll talk again one of these days.
Thanks, guys.
That's Evan Cohen, the host of Unsportsmanlike. He's going to be on First Take tomorrow as well, filling in on the desk for Stephen A. He is the Ryan Conwell of the First Take panelists. We'll talk to a little bit of, no Christina Costanza, actually, but we'll get into the happy hour and regardless. That's Kate Chumson, Colin Russo. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. Every week, I join Theo Dorsey on Theoretically Speaking, and somehow this powerful, important segment still has no sponsorship partner, so I found one myself. Evan Cohen on Theoretically Speaking, presented by Larry's AllStreams.R.U. Larry offers every game in plausible deniability. I trust my friend Larry in Belarus, and you should too. Are we criminals? No. We're budget-conscious patriots. Larry's AllStreams.R.U. Proud partner of Evan Cohen on Theoretically Speaking here on ESPN 106.3.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Hi, I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. The 2026 primary is on August 18th, and now is the time to make your game plan. Florida is a closed primary state, which means if you want to vote in a party's race, you need to be registered with that party at least 29 days before Election Day. Don't wait until the last minute. Check your registration and get election ready today. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to get started. That's votepalmbeach.gov. See you at the polls.
Go big and save big at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Right now, choose from over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned cars and SUVs ready to drive home today. That means more selection, more savings, and more ways to get the deals you've been waiting for. Whether you're looking for a fuel-efficient commuter, a family SUV, or a sporty new ride, Greenway Kia West Palm Beach has you covered. And here's the game changer. Big inventory means big value, putting more money back in your pocket. Credit challenges? No problem. The Credit Clinic is back, and the experienced team at Greenway Kia will work with you to explore financing options that fit your lifestyle. So don't wait. Find the Kia that's perfect for you, your budget, and your driveway. Call Lonnie Mister today at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or hurry on to Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where big inventory means big savings. But don't wait. These deals won't last. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
No Theo Dorsey today. Colin Russo filling in. It is theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3. You got Colin Russo. Yeah, Kate Thompson behind the glass. That was the Evan Cohn who just joined us previously. If you missed any of the program, go listen back, go watch it back on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Just go to Theoretically Speaking or watch back on ESPN South Florida, which we are streaming live on, as well as ESPN West Palm on Twitter and Facebook. No Christina Costanza today joining us for the happy hour. She blew us off for God knows what reason, but we roll on here. And a couple things I wanted to bring up post Evan Cohen was all the media preseason stuff is coming out for college football. The ACC media poll, which, by the way, I took part in because I was the at ACC Media Days about 2 weeks ago. And I was able to talk to a number of coaches, including Mario Cristobal, Mike Norvell, Dave Duran, Jeff Brom, so on and so forth. They released the ACC Media preseason poll in terms of team rankings. Number one, shocker, the Miami Hurricanes. They got 165 first-place votes. Second place, this is probably the biggest discrepancy amongst any conference, probably pretty easily. SMU's number 2. They got 6 first-place votes. So you go down the line, and there's a handful of teams that got first-place votes. SMU gets 6, Louisville gets 4, Clemson gets 7, Georgia Tech gets 2. Florida State got 3. Florida State, who has $86 million in cash pledges from whatever donors they have, and they announced it's a record-breaking year for athletic, cash donations in terms of donors. They got 3 first-place votes. None other team, no Virginia, no NC State, no Virginia Tech, no Pitt, no Duke, got first-place votes, except for the team at 17 on the list, Stanford. I had 3 people ask me today if that was me. That was not me. That was not me. That sounds like me. It's a good bit. That sounds like something I do. That was not me. Stanford got 1 first-place vote in the ACC this coming year in the media preseason poll. 1 vote. It was not me. And honestly, if you ask me on a polygraph, I'm a little disappointed that's not me because that is something I would do. For some reason, I voted Miami. For some reason. When I had Boston College sitting right there for a first-place vote. Are you wrong to do that? If you're a media guy and you could vote for it, why don't people need to have more fun with it, no?
It depends on what they're voting for. So like
a media preseason poll.
Yeah, that one you could
Such
have a
an
little fun with.
inconsequential poll in the grand scheme of things.
I want to know what the rest of his rankings looked like. Was it just all over the place?
Yeah,
or was
I
it
don't know.
normal outside of Stanford?
I think when I filled this out, I didn't know whether it would become public because I'm big on Heisman voters, Hall of Fame voters. That all needs to be public, right? If you're going to vote, you got to put your name to it, right? And they've
How
done
did
that.
you get a chance to vote?
Because I was at ACC Media Day.
Oh, you were? Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason. I'm not always on it, but they sent it to me because of that.
Nice.
And I thought it was going to be one of those things like the Hall of Fame voters. If you're going to vote somebody out of the Hall of Fame or into the Hall of Fame, boy, we better see who, right? If Pete Rose is not going to get into the exemption list, if you're going to vote Barry Bonds against whatever, that you need to put your name to it. MVP voters, the same thing. That's when you see a body of work. The preseason stuff, dude, nobody knows. We know Miami's going to be
Especially
great.
if it's not consistent. If you only got to vote because you were there and you may never be on that committee or voting again, yeah, you definitely could have thrown something out there.
If I'm under, you're saying if I'm under the impression that this is a one-off and I could vote once and then, you know what, I'm going to make my voice heard and then get in and out. Maybe you're right. Georgia Tech got 2 first-place votes. I'm shocked by that. But Stanford, the funniest part is Stanford in aggregate finished 17 out of 17 in terms of the rankings, but they still received 1 vote. So that means the rest of the 100 some odd people that did the preseason media polls is they all voted Stanford at number 17. That's the worst rated team preseason, but there's still 1 first place vote. Salute to that soldier. Salute to that guy. If it's a Heisman vote, if it's for an award, if it's for something like that,
Yeah.
I disagree with it. If there's something to actually react to, I disagree with it.
Who do you remember the guy's face who was sitting at the Stanford table or Stanford?
I don't remember them being
Who from California
I
was
don't
there?
remember any Stanford guys being there.
Really?
I don't think Palo Alto Sports Talk Radio made the trip out to Charlotte. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they did. Salute that guy.
Because it's definitely that one guy who gets the email or the text notification saying, hey, click this link to vote. Like, really? I get to do this? Sick.
Why not? 3 people asked me if that was me. And you know what? It's a fair question because that is something I would do. But I did not do that because I didn't think that. I thought my name would be attached to it. But in hindsight, oh, boy. Boston College is right there. Syracuse, right there. Fran Brown, friend of the show, right there.
Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech was right. They finished 5th. So Brent Key's actually a good coach.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. The question I wanted to follow that with, the ACC Media preseason poll, Miami got 165 first-place votes. And the field, I'm looking at this now, got about 20. That's the field. Are we overrating Miami heading into the season as a team that did not even make the ACC championship game last year?
Compared to the ACC, no. Maybe to the national scale of things, but no. Compared to the ACC, and this is exactly how it should have been last year. And they blew
165 first-place votes.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
They did not, and I know it was because of a stupid tiebreaker rule, but they didn't even make the ACC championship game. They have never won an ACC championship.
Yeah, complete failure on their part. But I don't think it should affect necessarily how we do this preseason vote. Especially they replaced their quarterback brilliantly. They got a lot of their guys coming back.
With the better player, most likely, of Mensa.
Yeah. So, no, I have no problems with that.
I was just thinking from a perspective, it's so lopsided. This is definitely the most lopsided preseason poll. Like, the SEC is going to be split. The Big Ten is going to be split. Maybe Texas Tech is going to be so above the rest, but Texas Tech doesn't have Sorsby anymore. So, yeah, I'd have a hard time seeing that being as lopsided. And I know this is a little sacrilegious to say on theoretically speaking, which is, Theo Dorsey talking about how great Miami is 15 hours a week. But I will say, if there is a sense of a little overratedness, I think, number one, I think 2 things, especially after going to ACC Media Day. Number one, I think the ACC is actually, as a whole, top end is going to be underrated. I think the top 6 teams that finish in the ACC will actually be solid. There's a lot of returning talent coming through. Louisville has got returning talent. It's a good coach. SMU's got a ton of returning talent. Team quietly wins 10 games a year. Georgia Tech, that team started 8-0. I know they're missing Haynes King, who was sort of their bread and butter, but, underrated program. Virginia shocked teams last year. I think the ACC is actually going to be quite underrated comparatively to what we've seen in years past. And another team that I think is being tremendously underrated, book it now. And I'll call my shot. Cal finished at 12. No first place votes. Cal's got a new coach. They got the Georgia defense. The Oregon defensive coordinator, Tosh Lupoy. and they got one of the best quarterbacks in the country in Jaren Keve Asagapula-Tele. Calling my shot now. But I do think we got to calm down on, I think, awarding Miami the yellow brick road back to the national championship. They did it last year. They were excellent. Every year is different. Ohio State was better. You can make an argument in a lot of ways last year than they were the year before. And sort of the season fell apart for them when they ran into Miami and they lost to Indiana. And that team was good. That team was, if not better. It's a year-by-year business in college football. So therefore, I'm not taking too much of last year and putting it into stock in this year. I think Miami's got some questions. They're going to have a Mario Cristobal game. They got 3 games in their first 4 weeks on Fridays. And you're telling me Friday night at Wake Forest, they're not going to, trip and fall once a year? That's what they do. That's what Cristobal teams do. He did it when he was at Oregon, too. He does not put together 12 games. He doesn't. So I think we need to reel it in just a little bit. They're immensely talented. Let's see it before we give them, 200 out of 200 votes. Let's see it. Maybe I'm hating. Probably am. I like Cristobal. No nonsense guy. None. No crap with him. But I do think there is a mantra to being the runner-up, following up the next year. Notre Dame, it was last year. But keep in mind, all you need to do is trip up once. They still got Notre Dame this year, too. You think they're going to beat them twice? It's another example. Keep an eye on Miami. Keep an eye on Cal. And keep an eye on some of the lot of the ACC, which I actually think will be underrated. 888-760-3776. The Baptist Health Hotline. Is Miami being overrated heading into the year? They got 165 first-place votes out of about 185 in the ACC preseason poll. I think we got to pump the brakes. A team that didn't make the ACC championship game last year and had multiple bad losses under their resume. And remember, Darian Mensah lost 5 games last year. Just saying. Let's keep everything in front of us before we run away with anything. That's Kate Chums and Colin Russo. We'll roll on the program here. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
The pink smoke is in the air.
Time for the Inter Miami Herons Report presented by Hard Rock Bet. A surprisingly low-scoring game for the Herons under the Saturday Canadian lights in Montreal. 0-0 after the first half, but then at the 70th minute, Herman Berterame hit the turf hard and drew a penalty, but he was unable to get to his feet and was eventually taken off in an ambulance. Luis Suarez with the ensuing PK.
Suarez approaches, Suarez, shot and a goal. Luis Suarez opening up the scoring 1-0 off of that penalty.
Mike Rizzo with the call on ESPN 106.3. 1-0 the score for the Herons to win their 5th game in a row. Berterame was initially diagnosed with concussion-like symptoms. His status for future fixtures is uncertain. Inter Miami will come back to South Florida for a 3-game home stint beginning on August 1st against Columbus. Bet every match, every goal scorer from every league around the world with Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and I've got news you need to hear. Every day, every show, every game, ESPN 106.3 keeps raising the bar. If you're on the go, the new ESPN South Florida app is your ultimate streaming destination for everything sports. Our shows, our games, and everything you need right in your pocket. No more excuses, no more boring drives, no more pretending you like that true crime podcast your friend keeps recommending. This is ESPN 106.3, the home for football, the home for fans, and the home for you.
Go big and save big at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Right now, choose from over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned cars and SUVs ready to drive home today. That means more selection, more savings, and more ways to get the deals you've been waiting for. Whether you're looking for a fuel-efficient commuter, a family SUV, or a sporty new ride, Greenway Kia West Palm Beach has you covered. And here's the game changer. Big inventory means big value, putting more money back in your pocket. Credit challenges? No problem. The Credit Clinic is back, and the experienced team at Greenway Kia will work with you to explore financing options that fit your lifestyle. So don't wait. Find the Kia that's perfect for you, your budget, and your driveway. Call Lonnie Mister today at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or hurry on to Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where big inventory means big savings. But don't wait. These deals won't last. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
No Theo Dorsey, Colin Russo filling in on ESPN 106.3. Theoretically speaking, 888-760-3776 is the number to get into the program. And boy, the strength that schedules have released for college football this year. Bias is an undersell on the word I would use to describe that. But 888-760-3776, the number to get into the program. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. They got from sports injuries to everyday aches. Their expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. Get back to the life and the activities that you love. Learn more by going to baptisthealth.net/ortho. That is baptisthealth.net/ortho. We got Kate Chumsman behind the glass today. It's Colin Russo. ESPN Insights. I know we're ESPN West Palm, but I'm going to compartmentalize here really quick. ESPN Insights on Twitter and X came out with the SEC having a 9-game conference schedule. It's the first time they're doing that. And ESPN Analytics has a strength of schedule for the preseason. Which teams have the hardest schedules? And how about this? I'm just going to read you. I'm just going to keep going. 1 through 10. This is all of college football. The toughest schedules according to ESPN. Ready? Number 1, Arkansas. Right? Number 2, Oklahoma. Right? Number 3, Texas. Right? Number 4, Kentucky. Right? Number 5, Ole Miss. Right? Number 6, Mississippi State. Oh. Number 7, Florida. All right. Number 8, Ohio State. Okay. There's another conference. Let's move on. Number 9, Texas A&M. All right. South Carolina, number 10. Number 11, LSU. Number 12, Missouri. Number 13, Auburn. Number 14, Tennessee. Number 15, Alabama. Number 16, Michigan. Right. Number 17, Northwestern. The Wildcats. Number 18, Vanderbilt. Number 19, the USC. Number 20, Georgia. I just named you every SEC team.
All 16 of them.
There are 4 Big Ten teams and 16 SEC. Is that a joke? Are we joking? This is a real tweet that ESPN Insights put out. Is this a real tweet? Now, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in a long time. You're telling me that the top 7 strength of schedules are Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Florida? What? The other conferences are that bad that there is not a tougher strength of schedule somewhere? What is this Arkansas schedule that is so painfully dangerous? Let's find out. Arkansas, North Alabama week 1. They're at Utah week 2. Maybe underrated. Georgia, Tulsa. All right, so they're their bye games. Arkansas at A&M, home against Tennessee, at Vanderbilt, home against Missouri, at Auburn, home against South Carolina, and home against LSU. This is not even that bad. This is not even that bad. There is no Texas. There's no Alabama. No Oklahoma. What are we talking about? This is not even a bad schedule. I mean, it's not great. They got Tennessee at home. Tennessee didn't beat anybody above 500 last year. They got Georgia, but not in Athens. Their road games are Auburn, Vanderbilt, A&M, and Utah. Those are their road games. Auburn is haunted. Chalked it in as a loss. Jordan Hare is haunted. Vanderbilt? Pavia's not there anymore. Are they going to be great? Who knows? I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. The fact that they got 16 SEC teams in the top 20 of strength of schedule, I mean, do they even care about trying to have a shred of authenticity to these strength of schedules? Because ESPN owns the SEC network. They have all the SEC games. They own the college football playoff ranking show. They own, they build this strength of schedule model themselves. Am I missing something that when you have such blatant bias, does that not tune you out the way it tunes me out? I can't even take this seriously.
You think it's a bias thing?
You think it's a business thing?
Oh, I think it's just the nature of college football. I think all the best teams are in the SEC.
Oh, Kate agrees. You agree with this crap?
Oh, I didn't say that.
All right.
Maybe 13 of the top teams are in there. But I don't think anyone from the ACC should be on that list.
So,
and I think maybe 1 or 2 teams from the Big 12, maybe a few more Big 10s should be on there.
Right.
But I would not disagree with it whatsoever if you had an all Big 10 SEC strength of schedule ranking as the top 20.
All right, fine. Let's do this. You ready? All right, so here's what we're going to do.
I got to go in like 2 minutes. I told you that before we started going into
We're going to take a timeout, and I'm going to loop in hockey sub. Kate Chumsman, of course, leaving us hanging on the SEC deserves, 16 of the 20 spots.
That was a great way to leave it, didn't I?
And we got Mike Rizzo subbing after this. That is Kate Chumsman, Colin Russo. More SEC. We're going to compare and contrast 2 schedules, and Mike's going to love this because Ohio State's included. That's all on the other side of things. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Banyan Printing, your trusted partner for all your printing and signage needs. With 48 years of local service, over 1,000 customers choose Banyan for fast turnaround, free delivery, consistent results, and market-leading customer service. Banyan's all-in-one solution saves businesses time and resources. From business cards and brochures to direct mail services and signage, they eliminate the hassle of multiple vendors. If you're unsure you're getting the best service or value, visit banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Friday Night Lights are almost here. Colin Russo gets you ready for high school football with the names, programs, and matchups to watch around South Florida. From the teams making noise to the players ready to break through. This is where the season starts taking shape. Every Friday at 6 on ESPN 106.3.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Marlins fans, join the Fish Saturday, August 8th at 4:10 p.m. for the Miami Marlins Columbia Heritage Celebration, part of the T-Mobile Heritage Series. Your special ticket package includes an exclusive Colombian Heritage jersey and a game ticket to catch the Marlins versus the Angels. Then stick around for live music with the Celsius post-game concert series. Get ready to celebrate culture, music, and baseball all in one epic day at the ballpark. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/Columbia.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com.
That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Coming to Port St. Lucie this summer, it's the return of St. Lucie Mets baseball. The most family-friendly game in town is played under the warm sun on the green grass of Clover Park. Enjoy fun minor league promotions, fireworks, ballpark food, and more, all while watching the future stars of baseball shine on the diamond. Visit stluciemets.com to see the schedule and purchase your tickets. Make plans this season to visit Clover Park for a night of baseball and fun.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I went to my first class today, F45 training in Palm Beach Gardens. I'll tell you, What a great vibe. What a great team. And what a great workout. I'm currently rehabbing my knees right now. I'm officially Derrick Rose. I got bad knees right now.
You're going to be the bionic man here soon.
It's not good. I officially got bad knees, and I needed to go get a full workout in that didn't compromise my runner's knee that I'm currently dealing with. That's why F45 Training in Palm Beach Gardens, they had something for me there. If you're trying to train for something like High Rocks, well, starting yesterday, they just kicked off their 12-week High Rocks program, which you could still get in on. And their new members can get their first month for just $99 with 3 or 6 month commitments. Go to F45 Training in Palm Beach Gardens, and you could go get a workout in 45 minutes in and out. You blink and it's over. You don't need to think about anything. You just follow along on the screen. You and a bunch of like-minded fitness individuals doing a good job. If you want to if you want to rehab your knees in between it, you could do it as well. Yeah. There was a girl who was recovering from an ACL tear, and I was doing a bunch of knee stuff after. She comes up to me and she goes, "Great job bulletproofing your knees. You're doing a great job with that."
And she was in a cast and a torn ACL?
No. She was post ACL. She's still working her way back.
I'm sorry.
But she was like, "You're doing a great job with the knees. It's all good stuff."
Got it.
I'm like, God bless you.
Now, you ran, what was it, 2 nights ago? You got back on track with that?
I ran yesterday.
I saw 2 miles. About 2 miles.
The knee was a problem. The knee was a problem.
You didn't last.
No, I was going to do 6, and the knee was a problem. It didn't hurt, but I officially got runner's knee.
Dude, I am running in torrential downpours. Dude, like I post work, I'm running at night, 7 o'clock. Tonight it'll be more like 8 o'clock because I got pink smoke. By the way, Mike Rizzo on Theoretically Speaking, strap in because I'm behind the production board over here.
Yeah, geez.
I don't know how to get me on the screen. Apparently this blew up. Anyway, I'm sick of running in the rain. I'm a little tired of it. And I need new shoes. I already need new shoes.
That's how it goes.
I beat the hell out of shoes, dude. My shoe, literally, if I have running shoes, 3 months I need new shoes. My feet, those damn flat feet, Kyle.
Yeah. And, but first time in my life, have knee issues. And I don't like that. That was the one part of my body that sort of left me alone. I've had groin issues before. I've had hamstrings.
Well, let's put everything you've done in perspective.
I have calf issues. I've had Achilles problems.
You had that 50, you had like that 50,
I got hurt. I got a stress fracture in my left leg.
But not even that. You had that run in Skowhegan. You did the half Ironman.
Yeah,
you did the full Ironman.
That was last year, and I was healthy. I mean, I was not healthy, but I was taped up.
It's a lot of stress on the body, dude.
I took a lot of time off. Point is, I'm 4 weeks into my training for the New York City Marathon, and I got runner's knee, which is a common, but you just got to rehab it aggressively. So I think I'm just going to continue to do rehab today. I mean, I did it this morning. I'll probably take off tonight. And then tomorrow I'll do more rehab, and then hopefully I could run Friday. That's the goal. So we'll see what that can happen. But I mean, geez, I felt like Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
I felt like Derrick Rose.
I mean, dude, Derrick Rose.
It was devastating,
bro. Derrick Rose tore his AC. You didn't tear anything.
I know, but having a knee issue, dude, it's debilitating.
It
is debilitating.
I have. I think I have a meniscus problem. It's not like I'm in terrible pain. I got to stop running, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just from. I've always been a runner. It's always been my 5K. And granted, when I lost a ton of weight, when I went from 300 pounds to 175, Colin, it was always like 5 miles on the treadmill. I think it's just wear and tear from the treadmill. But trust me, I get it though. And especially the older you get to, me being 31, I started to realize, man, I'm not a young man anymore. I remember my first realization of that was when you and I played pickleball when we first moved down here. We played pickleball, and I texted you. I said, dude, are you sore? You go, no. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm the old man in the office now.
A little weaker in the knees.
Guess I'm the old man in the office now. But yeah, I do. I played a lot of basketball growing up. If I played basketball, like even in my mid-20s, played a ton of basketball.
You didn't even get wheelchaired out of that.
Dude, I wouldn't be able to walk for 3 days. If I hooped right now and actually hooped, like going hard on defense, going hard with the young kids, dude, I would need a wheelchair to get around. I think it's that bad at this point. That's why I'm just going to run. I'm going to do some 10Ks, do some 5Ks, and that's enough for old Mike Rizzo nowadays.
Yeah.
Can't get hurt.
I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt.
You're in a damn boot. You're in that godforsaken boot.
Think about that. You can't be hurt.
You had to get an adjuster. You had to get an adjuster because you couldn't
walk in the thing.
I had to get
a leveler on my shoes.
People call that performative, by the way.
Please, they have no idea what they're talking about.
They
you
call
saw
that
how much
performative.
pain I was in after 8 hours with just the boot on. But yeah, now it's always something with me. It's been like that my whole life. It's always something. There's always something going on. I remember right before the half Ironman, I had the groin issue, and we were nervous about that.
Yeah.
Right before the full Ironman, I had the hamstring issue. We were nervous about that.
Well, no, your hands, and then the bike.
The hands, I still have hand problems.
The feeling in your
I
hands.
have ulnar nerve stuff. And I saw a neurologist, and he said, this is a major problem. You should probably come check in on me. And then I tried to call the office, and I didn't have a primary organized, so I just forgot about it. And here we are.
And you never gotten it taken care of?
I mean, it's fine. It feels fine now.
So what, are you
my left hand was numb for 3 weeks after the Ironman. And now it's fine. Now it feels fine.
Like,
numb.
Couldn't feel anything?
Like you couldn't, my ring finger, my pinky finger, I could not close and put pressure on.
All right, you got to chill out, man. You got to take a step back.
It was because of the bike. That's why I'm never biking again, because there's my hands on the bike. I put too much weight on it because the bike was not fit to my body.
Your words, little performative, bro.
What's a little performative?
Little performative, dude.
What?
You being injured and doing these
I'm not getting injured because I want
doing
to.
these contests of wills, as I call them. By the way, Dr. Vanny Sabason, I interviewed her today. We've had her on ESPN West Palm Day before. She's doctor with the Palm Beach Health Network. She's done 2 Ironmans. And I go, my buddy did 1 Ironman, and he couldn't wait to never do it again.
Yeah, she loves it, huh?
She loves it. She loves them. Loves them.
That's performative.
Hang on. Dr. Vanny is amazing. I wouldn't call her performative. She's just a competitor.
So now she's a competitor, but I'm performative?
Well, you have problems. Her hands aren't numb,
because
Kyle.
I'm a normal person doing this. If anything, I should be the focal. I should be the role model, because if you ever want to see what it's like for a normal guy to just give it a whirl,
also,
look at my experience.
Bro, you got swindled by a Ukrainian man and his wife for that godforsaken bike.
No, I did not.
You did not have the right equipment.
I did not have the right equipment.
You did not have the right equipment, dude.
I got a cheap bike, and
it burned you. Then now you can't feel your hands.
Well,
now you're numb.
My elbow clicks, and I think it's because of the nerve issue in the ulnar nerve, which goes down the shoulder all the way to your hands.
Yeah, because you're riding that damn bike.
Well, no, I haven't, Mike. I have not ridden a bike.
Throw that thing into the Lake Skowhegan.
I haven't ridden. I have not gotten onto a bike since, and that was September 12th of last year.
So you used to bike. Realistically, you used to bike by Jupiter Lake. Am I right on that?
I bike.
Throw that thing in the lake.
Yeah.
In the
I
lake.
gotta sell it, and I gotta
sell
build
it.
Mike, I gotta
build it. You
get
$5. You get a gumball for it.
Mike, I gotta build it again. It's still not built.
All right, dude. All right.
I gotta build it, and then I gotta sell it.
I think you just swallow your pride at that point.
Just throw it away.
Just throw it away, dog. You just throw it away.
It's a nice bike. It's a Cervelo P3. For those who know bikes, I mean that's the Ferrari of bikes. But it's just.
But then why?
Because it wasn't fit to my body.
How do you have a compromised?
It wasn't fit to my body.
Why is it a compromised apparatus?
It wasn't fit to my body.
You're too big?
I was too big for it. I needed like a 56 or a 58 bike. I had a 54.
Huh.
There's an example.
Did you get your washer fixed?
No. It still leaks every time I use it. So I just have a beach towel underneath it.
I had a freezer problem last night.
Yeah.
And you'd be proud of me. Instead of,
it wasn't on?
Dude, so I got home and, I'm meal prepping. I go to pull out my vegetables, my frozen vegetables to throw on the stovetop. And Colin, everything's warm. I'm like, oh, God. The water, like my ice, water. So I looked up online and I knew it couldn't have been a horrific fix. You know what I mean?
Was the fridge still working?
The fridge worked. The fridge was great.
Yeah, it's definitely
so
something.
I went to YouTube and I did a how-to video and I reset it. And they said it's going to take probably the night. I guess, talking to Craig Carmas and AI Chat GPT, our CEO of the company, I went to chat and I'm like, how long is this going to take? They go, if it's not freezing by the morning, call your apartment complex. I was able to fix it. I woke up this morning, everything was frozen.
What'd you have to reset?
So I have a twin cooler, the Samsung, ripped that thing open, and I had to press like 2 buttons to factory reset it, and that was it.
Easy.
And that nice, easy peasy, and good. But your laundry machine.
Well, my laundry machine.
You have a compromised apparatus?
The first time, I don't have people that have access to my apartment. I rent privately. And so there's these random number that called me. Never heard from this number before in my life. They're like, hey, we're from so-and-so, I don't know, appliances. Can we come take a look at your washer, which has been leaking water for about 4 weeks?
How do you do it?
I do it. I just have a beach towel underneath, and it just collects the water.
Unbelievable.
And they said, can we come between 3 and 5 p.m. on Monday? And I go, that's not going to work. I'm on air at that time. I mean, that's not going to work. They go, can you leave a key under the mat? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can. So it was the first time that, somebody came through, could have robbed me blind. And I came back, I was under the impression they didn't touch anything. It was very strange. But and then I asked them, I said, did you guys look? And it wasn't fixed, and I haven't heard from them. So I got to see if, my passport's still in my apartment.
Jeez, oh, man. They just ransacked your apartment.
Well, I mean, nothing was valuable was taken. I had everything I needed.
Was it a mess? Don't lie to me. It was a mess.
The apartment?
Yeah, it was a mess.
I mean, I just got back. It was on Monday. It was on Monday afternoon, and I got back from a trip on Monday.
So it was a
Monday
mess.
morning.
So it was a mess.
I mean, it wasn't a Four Seasons. Let's put it that way. It was not a mess, but it was not the Four Seasons.
Worse or better when?
Much better.
Okay. When
Much better.
we
because
saw
I
it.
deep cleaned about a week ago.
Okay, good.
But yeah, it was. I mean, it was one of those things where the maintenance guy comes in and he takes a look at your washer, and they don't let you know anything. And I haven't talked to my landlord about it. I texted them. I said it's my opinion that this washer's on its last legs and we need to take them out. And they haven't responded.
And they haven't responded?
No.
I remember I had washer issues. God bless my apartment complex. They were great with it. They got me a new machine, new apparatus. In,
Quickly?
2 days. Well, what they do is they got to make sure it's busted, and they got to make sure it's not your fault. And, it wasn't, they realized that it wasn't my fault. And then once they saw it was a faulty piece of machine, that's when they brought the new one in there.
My
Did
dryer,
you screw it up? What did
No,
you do? Did you smack it?
It just started leaking.
Smack it?
My dryer, which is above my washer, doesn't stop when you open it. And it...
Wait, it keeps going when you open it?
Yeah, and it takes about 2 cycles to finish. And that's not a lint problem. I cleaned out the lint trap a number of times.
Do you have the temperature? Can you do the temperature?
It's an old machine. It's from like the 90s. And
we got to upgrade. Where are you living? We got to upgrade, kid.
The washer does not have a handle. They have a little thing that is probably the size of like, one of those thumbtacks, like the thumb part of the part you grab on the thumbtack.
I'm following.
Probably that big.
I'm following.
And you got to pull that out, and then it starts. And the handle is a circle handle. You know how you turn it clockwise? Here you go, and then you pull it out?
Yeah.
It's not lined up. So if you go to the on button and pull it, it doesn't turn on. So I found out that if you go to rinse on delicate clothes, it's like the rinse cycle part, which is halfway through. That is the normal start normally, and that is your normal wash cycle.
Dude.
And then it still leaks. I've dealt with this for probably 6 months.
All right, you need a new machine. Yeah. And you need to tell your apartment complex to stop being cheap and to get you another washer.
I remember I rent privately, so it's not an apartment complex.
Well, go tell your landlord.
Yeah, that's it.
This godforsaken landlord that, this apparatus is done. All right? It's done. You know what?
How about this?
It makes me relieved. Living in an apartment, I'm better off buying a house. It's a horrible investment, whatever. You can tell me all this. When something breaks and I can't fix it, I love being able to call somebody.
Yeah, no doubt.
And not having to pay for it.
But I have a good maintenance man. And he
where the hell is he?
Well,
Sleeping?
Ed came by. He took a look at the washer about 3-4 weeks ago. Ed comes in. He comes on like a Sunday night. The guy works. The guy does not stop working. Ed comes on Sunday night. He comes in. He looks at it. He goes, dude, this thing is shot. And I go, yeah.
Well, tell him to get out of there. Get a new machine.
What are we going to do? He goes, hopefully he doesn't listen, the landlord. He goes, I'm going to tell the landlord that this thing is shot. And if he asks you, this thing is shot. And we're going to get you a new one. And I had to, and that was, 3 weeks ago. And I texted Ed about a week ago. I'm like, Ed, have we heard anything?
Haven't heard from him.
And
haven't heard from him.
And then I heard from the appliance guy who ransacked my apartment and left the key under the mat again.
So you're in a predicament.
You're
about to go to the local laundry mat.
I
go to the local laundromat.
I go through about 2 beach towels.
Do you need to come over and do some laundry?
No, I have it. It works. I'm able to do it.
Okay.
It's on its last legs. It's in hospice care.
Do you need to come over and do?
It's in hospice care.
All right. Well,
this washer is on its last legs.
We need to figure out the new washer.
Well, my apartment, dude, there's so much wrong with it. I got half the outlets don't work.
In the
bedroom.
It's probably a fuse. Do you have your breaker? Do you have your?
So it's for some reason hooked up to one of the lights. So for example, the 2 different outlets closest to my bed. There's like 3 outlets in the room. They only work if the lights are on, and if there's some reason coordinated. And if I turn off the lights to go to bed, nothing is on.
So you need an electrician. So now you need an electrician. You need a new washer. You need a new dryer. You need a cleaning lady to come over there and clean that place up.
The cleaning is fine.
No, it's not.
There's no cold water in the apartment. There hasn't been cold water, I think, in about a year.
So what? Everything's just piping hot
Not
that comes
piping
out?
hot, but everything is hot.
Lukewarm?
Everything is hot.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, for the most part.
To be honest, my apartment's the same way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's because the pipes get hot.
My apartment's the same.
I think
There's
that might be
no cold water in my apartment.
That might be a Florida thing.
I have ice, but there's no cold water.
Right. So I think that I guess that's normal.
Like it's cold for 2 seconds and then it's lukewarm.
If somebody wants to rob me, I'm telling you, if you're a locksmith, you could get through. Because there's 2 locks. There's the one on the handle, on the circle handle, and there's the one above it. And the one above it, the lock doesn't work. So you only can lock.
Dude, we need to upgrade the Kyle. I think we need to upgrade the living space.
I just signed a new lease.
I think you got to come on over where I live, dude.
I just signed a new lease.
I think you got to come to my. I got brand. To be fair, it's expensive, but new appliance. Kyle, the stove, everything's new. The washer and dryer from 2025. You know, it's new. The whole apartment's new.
I got
cabinets.
I got cabinets. Apartments.
Everything's new.
Right. I'm not interested in moving. I'm not interested.
I'm not either. It's such a pain.
It's not worth
you know how
it.
much of a pain that is.
Not worth it. It's just not worth. Unless, and the thing is, I could have gotten roommates. That's one thing I was thinking about and save a little money.
No, you can't live with anyone.
It's one of those situations. I just need to fix a couple things.
Dude,
a couple things in the apartment need to get fixed.
I remember when I first moved on my own, I was like worried, and then I realized a weekend it's the greatest thing ever living by yourself.
I like it.
Legitimately, I can't. I
like it. I do like roommates too. So
I'm
always open.
My
to
next roommate will hopefully be my forever.
Oh, I see.
No, dude. I can't have another human being. I do 6 people. So at Ohio State, we had 4 people, and then OU, we had 6 people. Like, dude, I'm all good. I'm roommated out. We're roommated out. Cleveland, when I was at that, at the bar, I had 3 roommates. People are disgusting. Ruins friendships.
I don't think so. I mean, it depends. But I do like roommates. But I also like living alone. Point is, there's some fixing that needs to happen in the apartment. It doesn't leak too much.
Where's Ed? I'm down on Ed.
Ed
Where the
helps.
hell is Ed?
Ed helped. The funniest part,
the machine has been broken for 4 weeks.
When my dryer was shot, my dryer just stopped working one day, and Ed, we had to resolder the wiring, and Ed is a one-man band, so I had to help him. So I'm holding down the clamps on the wiring, and it's me and Ed trying to fix this washer together. It took us about an hour on a random, again, Sunday night. The guy loves Sunday night, and he's great. Ed is great. Ed is for the people.
I'm down on Ed because nothing's getting fixed. Where's the water? The washer's been a nightmare. You're putting a towel. Colin, you're putting a towel under your washer.
Ed would be great, like overseas if he was deployed, because he is just about getting it to the finish line. He is is it living? Yes. We're good. That's what Ed is about. Ed doesn't need to improve. He doesn't need everything to be new and improved.
Paying good money to live there, Kyle. All right, and you're dealing with a washer from, it's older than me, that predates me,
no
31.
Doubt. Yeah.
And you're dealing with a dryer that just doesn't stop and has a mind of its own, from my understanding, has a mind of its own.
In a lot of ways.
And then and then you need an electrician.
I need keys.
And then you need an electrician.
I need an electrician.
It sounds like the apartment from hell.
It is funny.
Literally.
It is funny. I've stayed in more spots.
Trust me, the hostels you've stayed at with the... Don't make me bring up
I am not somebody who cares that much about living situation.
Yeah, I could tell. and I saw what your apartment looked like.
You saw me on a day where I wasn't expecting guests.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
It wasn't that bad. Don't be hyperbolic.
Dude, I think that's the worst.
Don't be hyperbolic.
I'm not being hyperbolic.
Yes, you are
brother.
being hyperbolic.
Dude, my college house was better than that.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. It wasn't that bad.
It was, dude.
It wasn't that
outside
bad.
of the alcohol stench, because obviously your apartment didn't smell like alcohol. But you had, dude, there was. I'm trying. I almost said a word. There was everywhere. There was stuff. There was.
I have duffel
everywhere.
bags, backpacks,
mail, receipts.
I collect
mail,
all my
receipts, boxes,
because you never know when you're going to need to ship something. I don't get rid of my boxes.
So you just throw them on the floor?
Where am I going to put them? It's a box. Where am I going to put them?
There's stuff everywhere.
And I still,
headphones.
The funny part is,
4 pairs.
Mike, now I got 2 blown up air mattresses just sitting there. One of them's yours.
You're gonna keep it, by the way.
You sure?
Yeah, you can keep it.
You can have it.
It's fine. I don't need it. It's busted. Like it's perfect for your fraternity buddies.
Who haven't come since February.
But to be honest, I upgraded because they didn't mind that, because what happens is, folks, I had this incredible air mattress. The issue is, if you sleep on it, it slowly deflates.
Yeah.
And you wake up like you're in a water water bed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
In the 90s? Dude, the water beds, it wakes up like you're in a water bed.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
great. It's still in my apartment. It's on the ground. Still in my
So
apartment.
the place is a mess.
No, it's not.
You're lying to me.
Mike.
It's a mess.
Mike, it's in a spot where there's nothing else, and it's just its own bed. If you need to sleep somewhere, there's your bed. I got the.
What, you got a dog?
And I got the bikes unbuilt in one of the side closets, in one of the side rooms.
Guitar?
The guitar is next to the couch. So I just play that a little bit.
Receipts, mail.
Receipts and mail have been better.
Garbage.
Garbage is fine. There's not garbage everywhere.
God, there was ripped open boxes of plastic everywhere.
Yeah. There's.
I don't know what the hell you were buying, dude. It's everywhere.
I was in a situation. It was well, first of all, I wasn't expecting guests. And it was me.
It was a spontaneous day, to be fair.
It was Mike Jones. It was the day of the 10K. And then
it was
somebody else. And, the apartment.
Let's just say there was a girl, too, honestly. I got to throw. There was a girl
friends.
in there.
She was friends.
She was a ball.
she was a ball. And I'll tell you this.
She goes, if a guy took me back here, I'd leave. And I'm like, fair play. I told you that happened to me before.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't that my apartment was dirty. I just didn't have any furniture, and I've lived there for 6 months. And she knew I lived in Peoria already for 6 months. And all I had was an air mattress, a TV, my Xbox, and a beanbag chair. And she laughed. And she was so great about it. She goes, and my mattress in the middle of the living room. Not even in the room, Colin. Not even in the room. It was in. And then after that, that's when I actually locked in and made the place.
I got nothing to lock in. I'm telling you, Mike, the apartment's fine.
Well, I'm retired too, so don't worry about that. We're both retired. That's it.
I told Evan Cohen about that. You know
what he said?
I said you're out of the game.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said I'm surprised Mike shares all this on the air. I'm like, you know what? That's his choice.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
And Evan told me something interesting. Evan, who's been married a long time, he's got kids, who's the host of Unsportsmanlike, by the way, joined us in the first hour. He said he didn't announce that he had a serious woman in his life.
Really?
Until they got engaged.
Was he shaming me for airing this out?
But he said he didn't make an announcement until they got engaged. I guess. I thought that was surprising. What you announce? By the way, guys, theoretically speaking, family, I got a wife. We've been married for 3 years. I mean, that's a little I thought that was strange.
20 seconds.
We got Russo and Rizzo coming up next. The SEC and ESPN are in cahoots because they released a strength of schedule. All 16 SEC teams are in the top 20. We're going to compare a couple schedules. That's on the other side. This is Theoretically Speaking. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Russo and Rizzo next on ESPN 106.3.
In business, you've got to stand out to win. Sinorama West Palm Beach has been family owned and operated for over 32 years, helping local businesses make a lasting impression. Our team knows how to put your business in front of the right customers with signage that actually works. We can turn blank windows or plain vehicles into bold, attention-grabbing branding that drives results. Ready to step up your game? Call us at 561-687-7993 or visit SinoramaWPB.com.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. Every week, I join Theo Dorsey on Theoretically Speaking, and somehow this powerful, important segment still has no sponsorship partner, so I found one myself. Randy's Garage Propane Refills. Bring your tank to Randy's Garage, where he'll refill it himself for nearly half the price. If you want fast service and a man holding a beer saying, "We're good," you want Randy's Garage Propane Refills. Proud sponsor of Evan Cohen on Theoretically Speaking here on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 106.3, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Go big and save big at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Right now, choose from over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned cars and SUVs ready to drive home today. That means more selection, more savings, and more ways to get the deals you've been waiting for. Whether you're looking for a fuel-efficient commuter, a family SUV, or a sporty new ride, Greenway Kia West Palm Beach has you covered. And here's the game changer. Big inventory means big value, putting more money back in your pocket. Credit challenges? No problem. The Credit Clinic is back, and the experienced team at Greenway Kia will work with you to explore financing options that fit your lifestyle. So don't wait. Find the Kia that's perfect for you, your budget, and your driveway. Call Lonnie Mister today at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or hurry on to Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where big inventory means big savings. But don't wait. These deals won't last. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSIsYes.com today.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Hi, I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. The 2026 primary is on August 18th, and now is the time to make your game plan. Florida is a closed primary state, which means if you want to vote in a party's race, you need to be registered with that party at least 29 days before Election Day. Don't wait until the last minute. Check your registration and get election ready today. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to get started. That's votepalmbeach.gov. See you at the polls.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
The 4 o'clock hour of Russo and Rizzo is presented by Gießen 0% Wines. It's 4 o'clock somewhere, meaning it's always the perfect time for Gießen wines. Elevate your game night with Gießen's 0% Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut. 0% alcohol, all the flavor, Gießen wines from New Zealand, making the 4 o'clock hour or any hour the perfect time.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Elias Bustamante. We're streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida. Welcome on in, folks. It is a Wednesday, July the 29th, 2026. It is raining right now in South Florida at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm. Mike Rizzo, how you doing today, my friend?
Dude, I'm fantastic. I'll tell you what, training's been going well. We've had a good couple of stretch of days here. I found out that my dad and brother, they're going to be coming mid-August. They're going to do a little golf trip. They're going to go to an Inter-Miami game while broadcasting. Got some good news. Got some good news today.
I'll be hot.
That's what I told him. But my dad, he's like me, hotter the better. But I told him, I said, Dad, it's hot down here right now. And if it's
it rains too, make sure the tea times are in the morning.
If it's not uncomfortably hot, it's raining, and then it goes back to being uncomfortably hot.
Go in the morning.
Because where we're from, up north, it'll rain and it'll be like 70 degrees.
Yeah, make sure it's in the morning. Make sure they play in the morning.
Down here, it'll rain, and then it's still 88 and muggy, and then the bugs come out. Oh, the bugs. Dude, I told you. Now, I filled in for Cade Chumslin. At the end of Theoretically Speaking, Colin filled in for Theo today. I told you the running, been running great, but the bugs, dude, and the rain, I can't escape all of it. Dude, those little black gnats, and I wear a cutoff because it's 100 degrees outside. Dude, I'll literally look like a Venus flytrap with the amount of flies that I have. I'm just literally scraping dead gnats and dead flies off of my body. It's that kind of weather right now. And then, listen, this is what you sign up for when you run a 10K in August. Trust me, I understand all of it. But yeah, listen. The weather right now, a little unbearably hot. I'm looking forward to football season already because that's when the weather starts turning nice.
Right.
September, October. October is probably the best weather. Outside of hurricane season.
It's hurricane season. I would say March is probably the best weather month of the year. Here?
Fall's pretty good. Now, knock on wood, outside of the,
I think December is great.
Outside of the tornadoes that a lot of people got affected down here with the hurricanes the last time, We've really, outside of that,
South Florida's been spared.
Right, that's what I mean. So, I'm knocking on every piece of wood in here, but I don't know. I like the fall weather down here. I got to be honest.
I do too.
Love the fall weather down here.
I'd say if there's best weather months of the year in South Florida, I would say it's a mixture between February, March, and December. I think January stinks because January actually gets cold.
Now, you've piqued my interest. You mentioned to me an SEC team schedule and a Big Ten team schedule.
I'm going to read to you what ESPN Insights put out today in terms of the ESPN strength of schedule ranking for college football.
Okay. I think we need to take all of this with a grain of salt because ESPN has the SEC.
Oh, wow. Wonderful you say that because here, I'm just going to go one by one. Arkansas. Number 2 is Oklahoma.
Wait, so number 1, Arkansas, number 2, Oklahoma.
Number 3 is Texas.
Oh, my God.
Number 4 is Kentucky.
Dude.
Number 5 is Ole Miss. Number 6 is Mississippi State. Number 7 is Florida.
Dude.
Number 8 is Ohio State.
What do you mean?
No one's thinking about Ohio State.
Colin,
Mike,
no one
cares.
All right, Ohio State, fine. There's our Big Ten. Number 9, Texas A&M. All right. Number 10, South Carolina. All right.
All right, hang on. Who's this guy? Who's the author? Go to the
Mike,
author.
No,
of the
Mike,
article.
this is ESPN Analytics.
Well,
there's no author.
So the data nerds.
This is not. Yeah, this is their analytics.
The data nerds.
I'm not finished. Number 11, LSU. Number 12, Missouri. Number 13, Auburn. Number 14, Tennessee. Number 15, Alabama.
Dude.
Number 16, Michigan. All right. Number 17, and Northwestern. All right. Then it's Vanderbilt, USC, and Georgia to round it out. Every single SEC team is in it.
The bias, the SEC
it's
bias.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's out of control.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I that wasn't my fault. It's out of control, Colin. The bias is out of control. I can't do it anymore.
And SEC,
I can't do it anymore.
ESPN has the SEC network. They have the SEC. They have the college football playoff show. You're telling me that, and Mike, I'm going to read you. I already looked at Arkansas' schedule. And I haven't checked. I'm going to go back to Arkansas' schedule because that's the one I was thinking at the top of my head, which is apparently, according to this ranking system, the harder schedule in college football. I'm going to read you the schedule.
Okay.
Their first bye game is North Alabama, fine. Their out-of-conference road game is at Utah, which is actually not an easy game. They got Georgia at home. Then they got Tulsa, another bye game. At Texas A&M, Tennessee at home, at Vanderbilt, Missouri at home, at Auburn, South Carolina, at Texas, then LSU. That's not a hard schedule.
I'm done getting told how hard it is to win at Auburn. But by the way, I love the coach. I'm done being told how hard it is to win at Missouri, Kentucky.
Auburn is haunted. I won't say that.
Whatever.
But Missouri, Kentucky, I agree.
Win a game, dude. Win a game. I can't, Colin, I promise you I'm not being a homer. The Buckeyes have the hardest schedule in the league this year. They have the hardest schedule in the NCAA this year. And they put them 8th.
Arkansas has 2 tough road games at A&M and Texas. But outside of that, I mean, they got Georgia at home, Vanderbilt on the road. Nobody knows what Vanderbilt's going to look like. Nobody knows. South Carolina, nobody knows what they're going to look like. LSU, nobody knows what they're going to look like.
Can I go back? Colin, Texas, Oregon, Indiana. Those are 4 top 5 teams, I think, at some point in the season. Texas, Indiana, Oregon. Those are going to be top 5 teams. And then I mentioned top 25 teams. Texas, Iowa, Indiana, USC, Nebraska, by the way, all on the road. Oregon, Michigan, Illinois. Those are all top 25 teams. What are we doing here? Like, what? Just because you got to go on the road in a hostile SEC environment? Who's got the last 3 national championships?
Not the SEC.
Who's not coaching in the SEC? What legendary coach isn't carrying the conference anymore? Oh, it'd be Nick Saban. He's on the game day desk.
Now,
he's on the game day desk.
There's 2 sides to this. I know I'm under the impression. I agree with you.
It's not 05 anymore,
the top of the Big Ten is so much better. I will play a little devil's advocate and say I think the SEC probably is more teams that are threatening, but I agree with you. This is blatant bias. How are you supposed to take a list like this seriously when 16 out of the 20 top strength of schedules, according to ESPN Analytics, who has the SEC, are SEC schools? Yeah. I mean, seriously.
It's a joke, dude.
Why? And Arkansas doesn't even have Alabama. They don't even have Oklahoma. They don't even have a lot of these teams. Like, this is wasting our time. And I agree. Ohio State's got a brutal schedule, but they're due for a hard schedule because they didn't have an easy one last year. So they're due for that. That's what happens. Every other year, you get a tough schedule.
And they're hopefully good enough to overcome it, but that's not even the point.
That's not even the point.
The point is, at Texas, at Iowa, at Indiana, at USC, at Nebraska. Home against Oregon, home against Michigan, home against Illinois.
Yeah.
All those teams are top. There are 4 top 5 teams in there possibly. And every single one of those teams will be in the top 25 at some point this season.
And you could say the same thing. Michigan's got to go on the road to Oregon and Ohio State. They got to play Indiana, Penn State, and Iowa all at home, and they got Oklahoma. I mean, that's a brutal schedule.
The bias, dude. I'm about done with it. It's
16
just,
out of the 20. I mean, you're wasting us time. You're wasting our time.
I need football because once again, I think everything's going to take care of itself once again. And listen, I understand ESPN wants to play up the SEC, but whoever made that list, the data dorks who made that list, can you have a brain, brother? Can you put down the you put down the glasses?
The SEC Kool-Aid?
No, can you put down your glasses and watch the games? Do me a favor and actually watch the games instead of looking at points per game and all that. Dude, listen, analytics has their spot in everything in life, okay? I am not an analytical person. And from someone who's had their football team completely ran into the ground on the professional side by analytics, spare me on the analytics. Honest to God, spare me. Spare me. Give me someone who knows the game and knows the X's and O's. I'm down on all the data stuff. I'm down on that.
Yeah, but they control their own strength of schedule. It's a waste of time. And I understand.
Even in baseball, like the data dorks in baseball, I'm down on all that.
How do you even determine strength of schedule when you haven't even seen a team play? We don't know anything about these teams, most of them.
We have a saying in the Big Ten. It's another theoretical victory for the SEC. And it's usually a meme. Do you remember with LeBron and Dwayne Wade? It's usually Patrick as LeBron dunking it and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, running.
Patrick as Dwayne
right.
Wade.
It's the
That's what we do.
alley-oop.
It's another theoretical victory for the SEC.
Very strange. It's very much a waste of time. I agree with you.
And yeah, you're right, dude. Like Alabama, Florida,
they got more teams.
Tennessee, South Carolina. I'll take my top 3 over their top 3.
No doubt.
LSU,
but
Ole Miss.
you probably take the SEC's top 7 over the Big Ten's top 7.
You know, I would agree. You know, I'm bullish for some reason. I'm a phony, but I'm bullish on LSU and I'm bullish on Ole Miss next year in that conference. Those are my two teams in that conference next year. And then in the Big Ten, it's, can Ohio State survive that gauntlet?
Yeah, it's Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon.
Can Oregon get over the hump? And can Kirk Cignetti continue the dominance that we saw from last year? Those are the three teams. A couple of wait and sees.
USC's a flyer.
They're a wait and see.
Michigan's a flyer.
Wait and see.
Yeah, no doubt. Washington's probably a flyer.
Wait and see. The quarterback. That quarterback situation still lasts me to kingdom come. And Damon Williams.
The guy who couldn't even leave.
He wanted to leave, and then he got held there by his own will.
There's
something
something to be said about that. Yeah, right. But to sit here and talk about that 16 of the 20 toughest schedules are in the same conference, it's demeaning. No wonder you want people to tune into these other games. Well, give them a reason to. You're telling everybody that it's SEC and then the rest.
Well, that's their job.
That's ESPN's job. Because
that's
ESPN wants to
do
promote
that.
the SEC. It's stupid.
And then this goes back, and now I disagreed with Pete Palacqua, the Notre Dame AD.
Yes.
Remember what he said about the ACC bias. And granted, I agreed Miami should have been in. We got to value head-to-head, and to hell with Notre Dame. But I completely understand where he comes from, how sometimes people have agendas when it comes to teams and getting in. As an Ohio State fan, Penn State probably should have got in 2016.
Yeah.
We got in instead because we won, 2 years before that. Like, people buy the brands. People buy the teams that they want to see, and they have their agendas. And I think this is exactly what's going on. And I know we're ESPN. I don't want to poop all over ESPN.
No, but ESPN did a bad job here.
Right, they did a bang-up job.
How do you take that seriously? How do you take that seriously? Because even if we're ESPN, fine. But, I mean, it is just so obvious the bled-through bias of how the ESPN, who has the SEC. Remember, the Big Ten is on Fox, CBS, and NBC.
Peacock too,
which is
NBC.
And everybody else is on ESPN. I mean, it's just so obvious the amount of just blatant favoritism towards that. Not happy about that. No. But as somebody who is a fan of neither of the two conferences and controls what goes on the NAIA side of things, also Florida State, we're going to loop in Chris Swager, the Kaiser University athletic director, on the other side of things. I'm sure he saw The Odyssey too. Mike Rizzo,
he's a good movie
Russo,
watcher.
And Elias Bustamante. It's Russo Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Hey, it's Nick Angelis. They call me the Mickey Mantle of pizza. And now I'm bringing that legendary New York flavor to West Palm Beach at Adrian's Pizza Bar in City Place. From our world-famous square pizza and classic New York pies to pastas, salads, sandwiches, and more, Adrian's brings the taste of New York to every table. So whether you're here for lunch, dinner, the game, or a night out with friends, come taste what made us a New York favorite. Adrian's Pizza Bar in City Place. New York legends live here.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
The 4 o'clock hour of Russo and Rizzo is presented by Gießen 0% Wines. It's 4 o'clock somewhere, meaning it's always the perfect time for Gießen wines. Elevate your game night with Gießen's 0% Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut. 0% alcohol, all the flavor, Gießen wines from New Zealand, making the 4 o'clock hour or any hour the perfect time.
Shot, I know you be hearing this and that from here and there, but please trust and believe, little mama. I see you gonna ride for me, so I'ma die for you.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Let's have some fun here. It is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, and with a tracking camera now for the first time because he's never in frame.
Yes.
It is the Kaiser University Athletic Director, Chris Swagger, in studio with us. We get Elias Bustamante behind the glass today. Let's have some fun. Let's ask the AD with Kaiser University.
5 topics.
High five.
It's time to... Kaiser University Athletic Director Chris Swagger joins Russo and Rizzo to talk all things college sports, the latest on Kaiser athletics and more. Ask the AD is presented by Kaiser Seahawks Athletics. Learn more at KUSeahawks.com.
He's back. We're back
Yeah,
at
he
full
is.
strength. We got Chris Swagger in the house, Kaiser University Athletic Director, KUSeahawks.org. What's going on? Walk me through. First of all, you went on vacation for about 3 months.
No, it was not 3 months. It was intermittent. It was long enough that you guys have whatever this technology is in front of me that doesn't seem to be looking at me right now.
No,
but-
it's looking at you.
It's looking at you.
It's got
All
you.
right.
It's
All right.
looking
It's
at
got
you.
you. How you doing? What's going on with Kaiser University right now?
Well, we got students back on campus. So volleyball reported this week. They got a camp this weekend, and then they're getting ready for season. We got football coming back next week. Women's soccer games officially start second week of August. So we're rolling. We got top 63 next week on campus.
Well, can we expect you?
August 8th. It's still
So actually,
So,
I have.
so wait, let me explain how birthdays work. So it's an annual thing that always occurs on the same date. Remember last year, wife's birthday is this weekend, I'll see.
How about this? I won't be there.
See?
Top 63? Where are you going to be?
Leagues Cup, Inter Miami, on your Inter Miami radio network.
Where are you going to be, Chris?
Yeah.
It's your wife's birthday?
I still have to figure that out.
Was
Yeah.
it does your wife's birthday just coincidentally turn out to be every day, every year at top 63?
It's always on the same day every year. Yes, if that's what you mean.
No,
That's how birthdays work.
Chris,
It goes from
the dates of the birthday shift.
It goes from
They go-
Friday to Saturday to Sunday, but it's still the same weekend. Now, 5 years from now, yes, it'll be in the
Hang on.
middle of the week and it's a little different.
Chris was at the basketball one. Cut him a break.
I'm going to try to be. Let's see. I'll see if there's something in West Palm that I can finagle and do at the
we
same
can celebrate
time.
your wife's birthday at top 63 at the
Again,
awards.
we talked about this last year. That's not.
Dude, trust
that's
me.
not working. But
I understand
yeah.
why it wouldn't. But you know,
and then we got season tickets for football going on sale August 20th. We'll have them out. So a lot of stuff. I mean, we're going to get rolling here pretty quickly, and then we're going to be right in the thick of things.
You went on vacation.
I did go on vacation.
Where'd you go? Indianapolis?
No, Fort Myers. I went over to West Coast, so Fort Myers
so it was
area.
quick. It was easy. It was easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
beachy.
Yeah.
Beachy.
Surely, if you went on vacation, surely you took 3 hours and go see the Odyssey.
No, did not see the Odyssey.
What do you mean?
It's bad by you, Chris.
You're a big
it's
movie
bad
guy.
by you.
You're a
Yeah.
big movie guy.
I am,
So
but
that's a big movie.
To be a movie guy and to say you didn't see the Odyssey, I got to be. I'm down on that.
Yeah, I
I'm a
agree
little
with you.
down
I
on
agree
that.
with you there.
How long is the Odyssey?
It's 3 hours.
Number one problem for me.
No, get over it.
I don't like 3 hours.
Get over it.
I'm not a big fan of Matt Damon in roles like that.
You weren't
You
saying
like
that.
Matt Damon?
I didn't say I didn't like Matt Damon. I said in roles like that.
Wait, Matt Damon's never
yeah.
been in a role like that. Well, I guess maybe once or
You
twice.
weren't complaining about the 3 hours for Return of the King.
What was the? He was in. I don't know.
The Last Duel?
He was in some weird.
The Great Wall?
Yes, the Great Wall. He was a good Bourne. I'll give him that.
Over my head.
He was a good Bourne.
Godforsaken movie. So you didn't see the movie because Matt Damon was the lead character.
No, I'm not saying. So here's a hot take. Every movie that Matt Damon's in would have been way better with Leo in the same role.
We Bought a Zoo. You ever see that one?
Leo would be better.
No, he would not.
And first of all, We Bought a Zoo is probably not the best example of what we're talking about right now.
All right, let's think about it. Leo DiCaprio would be a better Jason Bourne? No. The answer is no.
Wow.
Leo DiCaprio in The Martian? Absolutely not. That was Matt Damon's movie.
I'm sorry. You're saying he's a better dramatic actor than Leonardo DiCaprio?
Leonardo DiCaprio is a Martian stranded in space. I'm all good.
Like Blood Diamond kind of swayed me on Leo's ability to be in an action movie.
No doubt.
I did not expect
to be
that.
fair, Leo's my guy.
Leo,
So
I know, I
he's my
agree,
guy.
but there are roles that are not made for. You think DiCaprio would have been a better Odysseus?
Inception?
That's Nolan, arguably Nolan's best movie.
Yeah, well, right. I love Leo. I don't think every Matt.
You don't
Damon
think he
movie-
would have played a better role in this movie?
I think We Bought a Zoo would be substantially worse with Leo DiCaprio.
How much worse could it get?
I don't. It's kind of a godforsaken movie. I did watch it.
It's
you love that movie.
It's a great movie. It's an excellent movie.
But to sit here and say you didn't see it because Matt Damon's the lead
That's
role,
not the only reason. I'm just not driven.
Do you like Chris Nolan movies?
Like I liked. Like I thought Brad Pitt did a great job in Troy.
It came out 20 years ago.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I could see that, and it kind of intrigued me to go watch the movie. In this case, I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not waiting in line dressed like a Spartan warrior
Well,
here.
I
like,
didn't
I'm
either.
not-
I didn't wait in line, and I wasn't dressed as a Spartan warrior either.
So, you don't like Nolan movies? Do you like The Dark Knight? No.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Wow. Do you like Interstellar?
Too much thinking, man. Like, it's okay, but it's not.
What's your ideal movie? Time out before we
Blue's
continue.
Clues.
Yes, before we continue.
Come on.
Hang on.
Interstellar was
Come
like
on.
like Interstellar's a better movie for me to watch at home because I can stop, I can pause, I can think. Like
All right,
watching it in the
all right,
theater,
fair enough.
stuff
I
is
actually
moving
don't hate
very
that take.
quickly.
I don't hate that take.
and you miss whatever it is. And if someone's talking behind you, you kind of don't know it. And if you miss one thing, you can't figure out
Not
the next
totally
thing.
wrong,
Now-
but that
now,
is made
Colin,
for the theater experience.
Before we continue, what's the ideal Chris Swagger movie? Genre, actor?
He's got young kids, too, so he's always looped
time
on
out.
that.
Let's take the kids out of it. Chris, you're going to see a movie to go enjoy what
Like-
you love
like I
the
just
most.
wa- like I
What's
just
your
watched-
favorite movie of all time? Let's
Like
start
I just
there.
watched Moneyball.
Moneyball is your favorite movie of all
Yep.
time.
It's a fictional movie, but yes, a great movie.
Moneyball, your favorite movie of all time.
I just watched. Well, within genre, like
Okay.
I mean, if you say it's obviously not a comedy, but I just think it's rewatchable for me. I just watched F1 a couple times.
F1's a comedy?
No, I'm saying I just watched that movie again.
okay.
So I would say probably the.
You're big on
Not-
F1. F1? Did you see F1 in theaters?
No, again, I don't really go to theaters.
So
your favorite movie of all time is
Is
F1
Moneyball.
and Moneyball. You
No,
like
no.
sports
I'm
movies.
saying I just watched F1 recently
Okay.
again. So I mean, if we're going into what I watch, but I would say Moneyball, just because I think there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of similarities. I think there's a lot of storylines in that. If you watch it every time, you kind of get something different.
So my two, for instance, my two favorite.
Godfather, I'm sure.
There you go. My two favorite movies, of
Which
all
I
time.
don't. I wouldn't even put top 10.
The
but
Godfather.
I wouldn't either.
You got to realize, I grew up on it. My grandfather was an extra in the movie. We loved it.
In the wedding scene?
Yeah,
So is mine.
we loved it. There you go. I mean, my
I think
grandfa-
I've met 100 people that were extras, like or 1,000
I
that were
know.
extras in that movie. But continue.
Wow, so he doesn't buy it.
All right. Now you're going to go against the Sicilian family. Good luck with that, Chris.
Yeah.
And then the second one, because of my nerdiness, is Revenge of the Sith. I absolutely love that movie. It shows you how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, and I think it's the best out of all the Star Wars movies. With all due respect to the prequels, which were the ones 4, 5, and 6, which were amazing. I'm a prequel kid, so 3. But those are my two favorite movies of all time. As far as what I think is the best movie, as far as a picture, probably Inception, bro.
I love that.
I honestly
I love
think
that. That's a great
Inception is
movie.
probably
No,
the
it is
greatest
a great movie,
Like
but-
top to like, if you want to go full theater kid nerd, I think Inception, all the acts, all the twists,
Characters.
everything, character development. I seriously think
The Dark
Inception
Knight is up
right
there.
Well, Dark Knight's more nerdy. Like, you know, if we're actually looking for picture, story, and
Right.
everything, I think it's Inception. What's your movie for that? Because Moneyball's great. I agree with you. I love it. But
What genre would you classify Inception as, though?
fantasy.
No.
No? It has to be.
Action. That's an action movie.
But-
Thriller. Hey, there you go.
I divide them up into so many. Like I love Tropic Thunder. It's a comedy. It's stupid, but
What do you got
it's a
there?
good
You're
movie.
jelly beans, man.
But,
You know?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, no. I thought Inception was a good
Like a
movie.
great
It is the
thriller.
best.
Like a great action drama thriller. Tell me that. Because you gave me 2 sports and then you gave me Tropic Thunder.
yeah. I mean,
Dead Poets Society.
That would count as a drama.
I don't know.
What
I
are
didn't
you laughing at? You hated
I
Dead
didn't
Poets
I didn't
Society?
drive into
What are you-
ESPN today to talk movies, so I didn't have my list
He
in
said
front
he
of
did
me.
see. Well, listen, Kyle and I were very big. We're big spokespeople of Odyssey. You
Well,
got to
you didn't
go
see
see
the
it.
Odyssey.
It's
You're
one of those.
you're
It's
wasting
like
our time.
Oppenheimer.
You're
You
wasting
got
our
to go
time.
and see Oppenheimer.
I don't have any interest in seeing
and then
Oppenheimer.
You didn't see Oppenheimer?
I know
either?
what happens.
What do you mean? You know
No,
what
you
happens.
don't.
Not in Oppenheimer.
Top Gun Maverick. Like
I love Top Gun Maverick.
All right, so but the thing
I don't know
is,
if I'm
going to
watch the third one,
Chris,
but
Chris, the point is, and listen, this isn't me trying to shame you. But this is a movie that you got to go
It
and
gets the
see. You know what
creasters
I
out.
mean?
The
Like there are
people-
movies
yeah.
you got to go and see in theaters. This is one of
3
them.
hours.
The way I kid
Yes,
is,
yes.
It's like Christmas and Easter.
Does it have
mass.
an intermission?
No. It's like the people who go to Christmas
No, but I
and
can
Easter
tell you
mass
when to go to
twice
the
a year.
bathroom.
That's what I was going to say.
I went to the
So-
bathroom. I can tell you when to go to
Okay,
the
because you
bathroom.
got to figure that out.
There's
I use
movies,
AI for that,
Two
by the
people.
way.
It gets you out two movies a year.
IP,
Don't get anybody
whatever
out.
the
Craig Carmen's in ChatGPT. Yeah, I use that. I use that.
Palmer's had that app.
Who's this?
The Palmer brothers. They developed an app at one point on it's like ipmovies.com or something like that.
And
where,
when you could go to
yeah, and it would tell you like where in slow parts of the movie are, so you could go to the bathroom.
Oh, Chris.
Kyle, you know I got the bad bladder. You know I had
Chris,
to.
you gotta go see. You gotta go see the movie. I think you're wasting our time.
Yeah, I'm married with 2 kids, man. I don't necessarily have 3 hours plus getting
we
there
are a
early.
bunch of-
So
we are, you know.
So you're not a Nolan guy. You're not a Nolan guy.
I'm not.
It's all right. I actually
Overrated. Same actors all the time. I mean,
overrated. He just called Chris Nolan overrated.
Jeez.
He's the like Shyamalan of this thing. Like he's gonna
not-
hit, he's gonna hit
Do
a he's
not
gonna be a
put
couple good movies and then
M. Night-
down.
Do not put M. Night Shyamalan in the same
And that-
sentence as Christopher Nolan.
I would agree
ever
with
again.
that. Now, Chris, good
Ever
news is
again.
if you
That
go
is
and
disrespectful.
if you go and see Odyssey, you see the Dune 3 trailer, which is going to win
I
movie
like
of the
Dune.
year.
I like Dune 1 and 2. I'm not like in a rush to see them, but I like the
Will you
movies.
see Avengers in theaters?
No, it's Disney slop, bro. We're good on that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the type of movie that
I like Avengers
Everybody
movies.
out. Will you see Spider-Man in
I
theaters?
like Spider-Man, but I mean, dude, I've seen so many of those things. I'm not in a rush again to go see it. There's nothing.
I
like,
don't shame him for
like
that.
to me, Maverick was one of the, especially coming off of COVID and everything. But that was one of
2023.
those movies that
Yeah,
was-
everybody had to go see it.
There is a good one coming out. I saw a preview for. It's the Sylvester Stallone story.
Oh, I love Rocky. That looked good.
That one
it's
looks
about the
good.
making of Rocky and how all the depths. It's
do what I got to do. You know.
It's all. I mean, that one looks like a good movie that probably will be up for some
not bad,
awards.
not
but-
bad, Mike.
Thank
yeah.
you.
But yeah, that movie does look good. That will be an awards player. I agree with you. But Dune Part 3 is going to be the movie of the year. So that you have to.
Again,
You gotta
how
go
long?
see. You gotta go see.
Anything past 2.
Why is that? Why is
dude,
that?
3 hours of my life?
Yes.
Plus getting there. No.
Yes.
Nah. And then what time you go? You can't go after 8.
We go in the counter. We went.
You can make it happen. Get Kaiser University to get a theater inside.
Like I work.
on campus.
I'm not coming in the middle of the day to
Colin
watch a
will
movie
schedule
over
it
here.
for you. Colin, how many?
I've scheduled the Odyssey for 4 people.
You guys go right over here and watch it?
No, we went to Gardens.
No, the IMAX in Gardens.
Okay.
You gotta watch it on
There's
IMAX.
nowhere over
too.
here. There's nowhere over here anymore. It got closed down. There used to be a movie theater.
Chris,
Now
you gotta
there's
go on
not.
IMAX,
Where
too.
have you been? It wasn't even here when we moved here. But yeah, all right. So you got to go see the Odyssey. And next time I see you, you better have seen the Odyssey. All right.
Now, can I ask some?
Go ahead.
Where did Mike Norvell find the treasure chest of money?
So to add context,
Where did Mike Norvell? Did he find it? Was it Blackbeard's treasure that they found? Off the coast.
To add context, to
No,
this,
Ryan Day is not giving him any money.
Oh yeah,
to
Coach
add-
Day,
No
baby.
One's thinking about Ohio State.
Now,
no
to-
one
to-
Attaboy,
cares.
Chris. Attaboy.
To add context, the Florida State supporters, and they announced this via the school, gave a record $106 million in pledges and $86 million in cash contributions during the 2026 fiscal year, according to a press release. Both the records by the Seminole Boosters organization. Now, Chris, of course, we follow that with, if they have all this money, why do they have a coach that they don't want helming the program? How about you enlighten us on what the heck's going on?
Well, again, they generated funds to operate. I mean, I think their budget last year was north of $200 million. So you're using the boosters to fund scholarships, building plans, travel. They're not endowed scholarships. Some maybe, but not all of them. So every year they're raising funds to operate.
Is that different by school? The amount of that
It is, yes.
they need boosters to help pay scholarships.
Correct.
More so
I
at some
don't-
schools than others.
I don't know off the top of my head if any athletic department scholarships are completely
Covered by the
endowed,
school? Okay.
but you obviously can give to certain programs. So some, the football program may, women's soccer, women's basketball, whatever. But essentially, schools that have been around longer, like Harvard, I can't remember what their endowment's probably over $400 billion, so they're probably getting enough to operate majority of their just their expenses. through that, but Florida State is not at that point. Like I told you before, I mean, if you look, I think they're about 420 something million in debt, and a lot of that is just spread out over time for facilities, buildings. They were the number one FBS. I think Penn State just passed them. So I mean, they have
in terms of debt
that they have to pay off for. They just redid their indoor practice facility, Dunlap Center. They just added women's lacrosse and built a stadium. So I mean, a lot of that's not necessarily bad debt. It's like real estate, but them getting cash doesn't mean they have cash to now go and spend.
All right, so how much do you think that's going to football?
There you go.
That's the question. How much of the Blackbeard's treasure that they found
and that's
is
the biggest
going
cash
on?
cow at the school.
So like, for example, right, for scholarships, if a school costs $50,000 full cost, right, and you've got 300 student athletes, you're looking at you got to come up with $15 million just to fund that, right? That's not even cost of living expense. That's not any other stuff. So while it seems like a lot of money and they did a great job, and honestly, when you sent it to me, I was surprised that they increased given what's going on. That's great for them, but at the same time, that money's already spent. That's not above and beyond to get rid of someone or pay buyouts.
What about when they actually do need the buyout, and when these schools do raise the money for the buyouts? Do they have? Is it a separate fund that goes out saying we need to fire the coach? We need to come up with a GoFundMe, essentially.
Yes.
Imagine getting that email as Mike Norvell.
We're gonna GoFundMe to fire Norvell
for firing you.
Wow. So they need to do an additional.
They're not it's going to be above and beyond.
They're not putting any of that away
to possibly fire him.
No, that is operating expenses. Now, I mean, is there a little? But again, they're based off the numbers. They have debt they have to pay off. They have expenses.
Well, they're not going to just put it all towards the debt, because the debt at that point.
No, but there's other things that they still have to do to continue to move forward. I mean, at the end of the day, if they had an extra $10 million laying around, now granted, they can't necessarily pay it. I think the cap is like 20-something million for revenue sharing. But if you had the money laying around, I mean, you tell your boosters, put in NIL money to get players at this point in time where we're at. They're not using $10 million to try to do a buyout. It's just not enough. So
is any of that money from revenue sharing?
Well, the booster money, no.
So they have the revenue sharing that goes back towards the programs separately, and that's for funding.
Again, it's over $200 million to operate that place, just the athletic department. So I mean, you're raising. While that seems like a lot of money, that's not even 50%.
But we'd be foolish to assume that not a good chunk of that is going to the athletic programs.
I would agree.
Make the money.
It's going to the program.
It's not going to keep the lights on and make sure.
No, but it's going to fund scholarships, travel, meal. I mean, it costs a lot of money to operate an athletic department.
I still think.
This is okay. So we'll go
that's the Norvell Fire Fund.
It is, dude. So here, a lot of it is. No. I agree with Chris. Not the majority of it. No. But I think $30 million of it is going to be stored away.
This is an athletic director.
If they raise $86 million, and what are they at this year? 107. So
it's 106 in cash. So is that 186 they have currently, and they got pledged 20 more, or is it 100 more?
I'm assuming that's what they got. Now, whatever it is, probably isn't final yet. The cash might be. I don't know how that works, but. Again, if what they typically raise is 85, that's kind of their operating. So whatever they go above and beyond that is not necessarily a bonus, but they need at least that 85 chunk to be able to operate. That's one of the things about, I guess, why the keeps being pushed back on NIL and paying players, because you have boosters, alumni, current students paying money to a fund to give scholarships to kids that are at school, and then you're also paying them on top of that, while those people are also paying to go to school or paying to send their kids to school.
A lot of money, way more money than they did 10 years ago, too.
Yeah.
Right. So, if I'm sending my kid to the school and I'm paying out of pocket or taking out loans, on top of that, I'm paying for you to play, and now you're asking me for more money, and you're making $3 million. I mean, that's where this whole system, and you can see where I don't know when the pendulum's going to swing, but at some point, the general public and alumni are going to say, hey, what am I doing here?
I think they're storing away probably like 30, and then they're going to try to pull together. Chris, I got to say it. If you're 2-5, and there's a good path to be 2-5, right? New Mexico, it's probably a win. SMU, probably a loss. And that's at home. Keep that in mind.
1-1.
So I did have this down.
At Bama, loss.
1-2.
Home versus Central Arkansas.
2-2.
My God, if that's not a win. Home versus Virginia.
2-3, but they're due
at
for a win.
Louisville.
They're not going to lose
at Miami.
They're not going to lose every game, but yes, they're going to have 3 or 4. They're going to be 3-4,
2-5. If they're 2-5 and they have the rainy day $20 million and all of a sudden a booster goes, I can't watch this garbage anymore, and finally foots the bill, he's going to be gone. I think a little bit of that is going to go to him being fired. I get the cost to operate. I understand all that. Football is king. Football is absolutely king and the moneymaker at all of these sports.
I would think it all depends on what the clause is. If he makes it to the end of the season and it's $30 million less, I mean, okay, you say you're 2-5 or you're 4-8 or you're not going anywhere at that point. At this point, it's just making the best financial decision. And I said this before, I'll say it again. You have to plan for the future. So if you're going to get rid of someone, what is your plan?
Anything's
Who are
better
you bringing
than this.
in?
Yeah,
Anything's better than this.
Is it?
You can make that argument.
But if you go
can
from
make the argument last year that was the case.
But if you
because
go
there's
from
too many guys.
okay, if you're going to go from 4-8 to 8-4, so what? Like, you're making a move to get back into contention
Chris,
for a national
I
championship.
understand, but there's a big difference between 4-8 and 8-4.
I understand, but there's
8-4
also
is
$70-something million to put into that to win 4 more games. I mean,
But now you're making an argument that it's not worth investing in the football program because if you're not going to be great, why invest at all? But I would say it makes all the money. That's the revenue bit.
With the buyout that's there. It'd be a different story if the buyout wasn't there or he's in the last season of a contract. I get it. But at this point,
you don't mind
you're going to spend a lot of money if you don't have someone there. I mean, so if you look at the amount of programs that got rid of coaches with the thought of who they were going to hire, and then that fell out, and the backup fell out, and the backup fell out, and then they're stuck with someone who they probably will get rid of in 2 years, I think a lot of them would probably have stayed with who they had, waited for the right candidate, or recruited the right candidate. Because last year you had quite a few that fired people mid-year, and
scrambling for a plan.
We'll see this year, but I don't know that a lot of them loved who they ended up with. I think it probably was the backup to the backup to the backup.
Now, that's how you do it. You let them play the season out and then go see who's on the market after the season. We talked yesterday.
I mean, we have a plan.
We think Florida State could be one of the top jobs at the end of the season.
Right.
And who needs a coach.
Right. And a lot of it, too, is landscape. So what jobs are – I mean, like –
That's why last year was
a bad year.
Yeah, it's too many.
There's too many job openings.
2 straight bad years, too.
There's too many agents that are going to you're going to negotiate for someone to get a higher contract. You're going to end up overspending for someone that you're not sure about. Is this year better? Who knows? I mean, there's still a couple big programs. I mean, UNC could open up.
Good point.
USC, technically. I mean,
we said USC, Texas, Tennessee.
Right.
Heupel won 5 games, lost 5 games last year. But the point is, Chris, is there a point where the embarrassment is just too much for the Florida State faithful? And
I think it's happened to an extent. So now you don't. I don't think you want to do. And this is you don't knee-jerk reaction for ego. You make sure whatever your next decision is going to get you there. Because I will say this on the Florida State side, they can't afford to make a bad choice again. You can't afford it financially. You can't afford to fire someone and hire someone that then you have to get rid of again. And you also can't afford to have 4 more years of mediocrity. Whoever you go with has to turn this thing around, or now you're a decade of you'd be going into a decade of being irrelevant. You'd be going to, again, $420 million turns into whatever it is. I mean, at some point you have to make the right decision, and hopefully, look, I hope Norvell could turn it around. I really do. Do I think that's going to happen? I think it's run its course, but I would love for him to be able to do it.
I read the writing on the wall. The transfers have been awful. The recruiting class are not even top 50 in recruiting this year. That's where I worry.
Right.
That's where you start to worry.
Right.
That's Chris Swagger, the Kaiser University Athletic Director, joining us now in Russo and Rizzo. Now, to build that point, they did not give him any money to build a team in terms of recruiting. They didn't give him a lot of money to build a team via transfers. So clearly they're
Why would they, though? Why would he doesn't deserve that. You don't deserve that.
And they thought, why would you? In your opinion, is this going to be a season where they're going to wait until the end of the year, or is there going to be a knee-jerk reaction week 7 where they, you know what, if this is enough? And
so here's what's interesting.
You're not behind the scenes, but
here's what's interesting. When Gus Malzahn was there, I would have said yes.
They got Tom Herman.
Herman making $25 an hour. Did you see he's making $25 an hour?
Look, Chris, that's somebody who knows how to run a program.
He could.
He does. What was his record at Texas?
I didn't say well. I said he
could be a caretaker for the final 4 games of the season. Is our point?
Maybe, possibly. I mean, Malzahn I felt a little better about. Herman,
there's a reason he's there.
There's a reason he's there, and it's suspicious. And I asked Norvell about it, and my opinion he didn't tell me straight up, but my read was that, Herman just started showing up to spring practices and Norvell didn't really know about it. And then all of a sudden, welcome to the team. And that's just sort of how that played out.
Like, hey, who's that guy over in the corner?
Yeah, essentially. And he goes, these guys just start showing up to spring practices, and then it just developed from there. I'm like, hey,
wow.
But,
wow.
Yeah,
Friend of show,
I think
show, indeed.
I think it's going to be all, again, if you're going to get rid of someone, it's all based off the contractual agreements. If you're 4-8, which I think realistically they're going to finish somewhere between 4-8 and 5-7, probably.
Wow.
But if you're going to owe an extra $30 million, $20 million, whatever it is on a certain date, why not wait a little longer and not have to pay that money out? Because you're also replacing assistants. You're also replacing
that's
everyone
true.
else.
You're buying all that out. But one thing I would say is the 13 win season or the 12 win season, whatever it was, a couple years ago is still somewhat in the rearview mirror. You're at the point now where it's going to disappear over the hill, right? In terms of the success that program has once had. Are they worried about, stumbling into a little bit of an abyss of mediocrity and all? You can't just survive 5 terrible years and then turn it around quickly. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Your next hire
is important.
Has to make it work, because you can't. Because if you go into next hire and it's 6 wins, 5 wins, I mean, you're literally going on 10 years of being irrelevant, and then you're kind of off the map.
I think at this point they need to steal a coach. Like a coach from a Power 5. All the Florida State faithful that I talked to, they don't want another group of 5 coach.
No.
Willie Taggart was awful.
And Mike Norvell.
Mike Norvell is, listen, it all went south when they did what they did when they didn't make that game.
But again,
and when they didn't make that game and he set the tone of not playing anybody against Georgia, they never recovered from that.
But I will say, in order,
it's a bad look.
In order to get, like I said, the right coach you need, you're probably going to also have to pay a buyout at that school.
You're not wrong.
That person isn't sitting there without a contract. That agent is going to negotiate with the current school. So that's what I'm saying.
LSU did it twice with Kelly and now Lane Kiffin.
Right.
And that's what you're going to have to do.
That's why they go after group of 5.
That's why
buyouts are not crazy.
You need as much money as possible, because part of the allure as well is for a head coach is, who can I bring with me?
Do you like Jeff Brom from Louisville?
That's not going to be a cheap buyout.
I don't know that that's enough.
Now,
what about Brian Hartline? USF has a big year, first year there.
I would have liked Hartline out of Ohio State,
because there's no buyout.
Because there's no buyout. It's a little less risky. But now, I don't know. I mean, obviously it depends on how he does. But again, like Mike was just saying, I don't think you can go for a group of 5. I think you need someone that is proven and can handle what the expectation is, which is you need a 5-star sitting behind a 5-star sitting behind a 5. You need to manage egos. This is like a Phil Jackson type thing. You have to acquire a ton of talent and keep them happy. That's why I think Nick Saban was the greatest football coach of all time. I love Bobby Bowden in Florida State, but Nick Saban over 10 years.
Yeah.
But also pre-NIL. Keep that in mind. All these 5-stars now are going to go and make money.
Yeah,
but these guys stuck around.
He's still
these
stuck,
are all.
They stuck around because they weren't getting offered 5.
No, but I'm just saying he still kept them happy.
I understand.
But he kept them there, and there's a lot of loose cannons that he had there that never had problems at Alabama, and then they leave, and all of a sudden
Oregon's doing it right now. The Buckeyes are doing it right now. You know what I mean? There are teams that are able to do it. I just think in order to get there, you need to have the success, and it's hard. It's hard if you don't have the money and the belief from the athletic department.
Any great coach is not going to take a job where there isn't money for assistants, because they know they can't do it on their own. So you need money for an OC, you need money for a DC, you need money for a GM. So we're not just talking about buying one coach out and buying then another coach and replacing them. You need a ton of money, and then you also have to have money to pay players, and you also have to have money to do other things. So, I mean, money is key. Facilities back in the day were the big thing. Depending on what you had, that attracted recruits. Now in TV exposure, and now it's turned into
NIL
how much money can you accumulate to then spend.
With all that said, with everything you just put on the table for how Florida State gets, how long is this going to take for Florida? In your eyes,
I would think this year.
How long
before the end of the year?
I would think again
December 5th he's out.
Again, I don't know the terms of the contract, so I don't know if there's a certain date that once you pass this
January
date,
1st
it
he's
changes
out,
over.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see why he would agree to a buyout of some sort, negotiate. He's going to ride that contract out. I'm pretty sure. I think Sexton's his agent, so there's no way he's going to tell him to take less.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So I think whatever that time frame is, I think they should make the best financial decision. As much as I hate saying it, I think the long-term future of the program is based off making good financial decisions now, identifying the right person, having the money to go get that person, give them the resources to win, because you're going to have about a 2-3 year window of really, you've got to have success year 1, be relevant year 2, and be knocking on the door in year 3, I think, to turn
Indiana
this thing
hurts people with that because Indiana's such early success with a group of 5 coaches. All of a sudden, everybody's thinking,
well, I mean, Indiana
money hurts too.
Indiana's the standard in the Big Ten.
Why?
I mean, that is the team. So
it is the team. It is their conference.
It is.
I'm looking forward to October 17th.
Are you big on fight songs? Do you know college fight songs?
I know fight songs. I mean, I don't know if I could identify.
So Mike could identify
I
this
love
like
it.
a like.
Well, Chris, you got.
Did you play a lot of NCAA football?
I did.
So that's probably why.
I did.
I didn't know any of them.
But Chris, to be fair, I've been to a lot of college football games too. I love the atmosphere. I love when you score, you play your fight song. Like I like all that.
So
I really do.
In all fairness, I mean, I was at Florida State in the heyday.
Which is a great fight song, by the way, Florida State.
Yeah, but I will say, in my younger years, I'm not going to remember a lot of what happened, so I can't remember all the fight songs of watching the games or going to them. So while I went to and watched a lot of games back in the day, no. And now, I mean, that's one thing working in college athletics. You don't get to watch other stuff. You're working every Saturday during college football season. So I'll catch, usually I'll record games I want to see, catch up when I get home, or I'm watching teams on the West Coast, but I'm not seeing anything live anymore.
I'm kind of the same way with my Inter Miami schedule. So, but I play a lot of NCAA. I grew up playing NCAA PS2 days, guys. Like, I don't know. I'm really into it. And I was very heartbroken when Colin didn't get his own alma mater's fight song. It was the first one I played too.
You know Wisconsin's.
Is it like a screeching badger?
No, it's on Wisconsin. It's a legendary.
Like the rest of them.
Chris, to be fair, as Big Ten Mike, it's a legendary fight song within the conference.
I mean, I know Michigan, Notre Dame.
It's a waste of time.
You don't know the Buck. No one knows the Buckeyes.
Nobody knows the Buckeyes.
No one knows.
Not a big time song. Chris,
best damn band in the land. You watch your mouth.
Talking about watching big time games coming up this fall. So up ahead, where can people find more information on Kaiser University Athletics?
KUCX.com. Like I said, season tickets will be posted on the 20th. Looking forward to having a big year for football. Obviously, volleyball and soccer, we've got tournaments coming up. Those tickets will be available ahead of time. And, women's soccer is defending a national championship. Men's soccer is only a couple years off, so they're getting ready to make a run at it as well. Football's trying to make their 5th straight appearance, capture a second one. And we got a lot of high hopes for volleyball. They're coming in second-year head coach and a lot of great talent, a lot of excitement. They had their media day today. So, seeing them in the gym, just kind of excited to be here and get ready to get going. I think we're in for a really big year. So,
looking forward to it. Go see the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Go screen it for all Kaiser Seahawks athletes.
I'll look at my Outlook calendar and see what time I have. Because
I'll
know what
get
that
you the
is.
ticket, but I won't send you the Outlook invite.
Yeah, I know. You probably can't find it.
I didn't send him an Outlook calendar invite. Chris, 420 every other Wednesday.
That's
what's
not the case. You send it to me, and I think you were telling me like I'm trying to get more organized and send out calendar invites and get stuff on calendar. One time came out once, and then
it was a great session.
Do you even open an Outlook email?
What we need to do is, and I'm worse than Colin is, believe it or not. But what we probably need to do is make it reoccurring the same day. And if you can't do that day,
I think Chris just needs to have a
you can have reoccurring events.
Chris just needs to have a grasp of that every other Wednesday he's locked in for Russo and Rizzo
when he's here because he's very busy. Man.
And he takes a lot of vacations.
No, all right, I'll defend you there, Chris.
So you want me to schedule this stuff for you? Is there anything else you'd like me to put on your calendar for you?
I can't believe he doesn't like Christopher Nolan. I can't get over that. He doesn't like Christopher
Again,
Nolan.
it's that shtick of like I've got to be. I don't know. It's the smarter twist and.
But The Dark Knight, like there are movies that aren't like that from him.
Dark Knight I liked, but that was one of his first big ones, correct?
Yeah. What? Prestige, Memento.
Prestige didn't like.
I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it, Colin. I'm a phony for that.
Did you like
Memento was okay.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I mean, but again, you can't really screw a Batman movie.
No, I disagree. Have you seen Batman versus Superman with that phony Ben Affleck?
Actually, a good movie.
No,
if you
it's
see
not.
The Ultimate Edition.
You're too. Yeah. You are movie
now the Ultimate
guy.
Edition's long.
That's a 4-hour
movie. But again, I'm not watching it in a movie theater. I'll watch it at my house and I'll pause it. But
now, Doctor, the fire rises.
Yeah, I mean, Batman movies, you can't really. George Clooney Batman was bad.
Yeah, bad.
I mean, that was
Mike.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dr. Freeze was great.
You got to do the Bang Teller from Dark Knight, the opener.
You have any idea who you're stealing from? You and your friends are dead. And he's just loading up the shotgun.
What happened to pride, respect?
Yeah. No, I'm supposed to kill the bus
It's
driver.
crazy. You guys have 3 hours in your day just laying around. I mean, it seems like you guys are on top of
Chris, it's
getting important things done.
Listen, Chris. We got a lot of time when I get home from work. There's no special someone waiting for me. All right, we got a lot of time in our hands.
Wow, this sounds like a therapy session. We'll get a couch going.
Yeah,
and,
Chris. Got a lot of time. Been dumped. A couple of times.
A little strong.
Well, we're all right.
Chris, we appreciate it. Looking forward to talking again soon.
Thanks,
That is Chris Swager, the Kaiser University Athletic Director, Mike Rizzo, Colin Rizzo, Elias Busmente, Russo Rizzo, and ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
The pink smoke is in the air.
Time for the Inter Miami Herons Report presented by Hard Rock Bet. A surprisingly low-scoring game for the Herons under the Saturday Canadian Lights in Montreal. 0-0 after the first half, but then at the 70th minute, Herman Berterame hit the turf hard and drew a penalty, but he was unable to get to his feet and was eventually taken off in an ambulance. Luis Suarez with the ensuing PK.
Suarez approaches. Suarez, shot and a goal. Luis Suarez opening up the scoring 1-0 off of that penalty.
Mike Rizzo with the call on ESPN 106.3. 1-0 the score for the Herons to win their 5th game in a row. Berterame was initially diagnosed with concussion-like symptoms. His status for future fixtures is uncertain. Inter Miami will come back to South Florida for a 3-game home stint beginning on August 1st against Columbus. Bet every match, every goal scorer from every league around the world with Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Attention business owners, the next several months are going to be super busy. Why not let us take some of the burden off of you? Get the help you need from Intelligent Office in Palm Beach Gardens. Professional live receptionists to answer, screen, and forward all of your calls to you live. Why do you need a virtual assistant? No high salaries, no holidays or sick pay, no call-outs, no turnover, and no additional equipment. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to learn more how we can help you streamline your day.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
The 4 o'clock hour of Russo and Rizzo is presented by Gießen 0% Wines. It's 4 o'clock somewhere, meaning it's always the perfect time for Gießen wines. Elevate your game night with Gießen's 0% Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut. 0% alcohol, all the flavor, Gießen wines from New Zealand, making the 4 o'clock hour or any hour the perfect time.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Big thanks to Chris Swager, the Kaiser University Athletic Director, for helping us out there for Ask the AD. We've got Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Elias Bustamante. We got a 5-5 coming up in the second hour. Maybe hear from Fran Brown of Syracuse football head coach, which we recorded a couple weeks ago at ACC Media Day. But I'll tell you, Mike is celebrating Ohio State's 7th-ranked strength of schedule. You know what he did to celebrate? He poured himself a little classic Gießen.
And folks, Gießen 0%. We're going to have a new Wine and 5 coming up here in the next couple of days where I'm actually ranking the 5 best college football teams. You're way too early. 5 best college football teams from 5 to 1. So be on the lookout for that at Mike Rizzo 22. Once again, Wine and 5 with Gießen 0%. They sponsor the 4 o'clock hour. For years, folks, it was always just water, club soda, when I would be at functions, family parties, whatever it may be. Now how I enjoy myself and still stay sharp, focused, and sober, it's the Gießen 0%. There's spritzes in a can, rosés in a can. There's plenty of ways to enjoy it. If you're at dinner, you got a nice little fancy dinner, a friend makes you a dinner or whatever it may be, Pour up a glass of that premium red. Maybe some of the Sauvignon Blanc. Or if you're like me, like going on Uncle Mark's boat, going to the pool, get the spritzes in a can, throw them in the cooler, thank me later. Refreshing, crisp, and also I'm training for a 10K. When I'm having that wine, 145 calories per bottle in the premium red. Gießen 0%, they sponsor the 4 o'clock hour. And folks, be on the lookout for the wine at 5, where I give you my 5 best college football teams entering into the season.
Little quick one here. We're going to get into a little 5 at 5 on the other side of things as we close out the 4 p.m. hour. Presented by Gießen 0%. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
Marlins fans,
home run, Otto Lopez.
Now's the perfect time to tune in to Marlins TV. Don't miss the Marlins All-Star Sale and score 50% off your Marlins.tv subscription. Instead of $54.99, you can stream the rest of the season for only $27.99. Catch every big moment live, wherever you are. This limited time offer ends soon, so sign up today at Marlins.tv and score the best deal of the summer.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hi, I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. The 2026 primary is on August 18th, and now is the time to make your game plan. Florida is a closed primary state, which means if you want to vote in a party's race, you need to be registered with that party at least 29 days before Election Day. Don't wait until the last minute. Check your registration and get election ready today. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to get started. That's votepalmbeach.gov. See you at the polls.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same Major League mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering Major League service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan.
Hey,
Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Elias Bustamante. Streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm on Twitter and Facebook. If you missed any of the program, go listen back. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, all those great places. Appreciate Chris Swagger for giving us a little time earlier on with Ask the AD. And if you're driving down 95, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, especially in the afternoons, you get caught in a little bit of a fender bender, you dread the day that you will actually need to call an accident attorney. When you do, make the right decision. That is Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. They are the best option in South Florida for accident attorney troubles. That's car accidents. That's truck accidents. That's slippers and falls. They cover you in just about anything, and you know they're going to fight for you because they don't even get paid unless you do. They fight for you to get the maximum compensation that you deserve. Do not make a mistake, and do not settle when you are looking for an accident attorney. Look no further than Mark and Glenn at Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call them today at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Got Elias behind the glass. We got Mike here. Let's do a little 5 at 5, presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking Big Ten.
It's time for the 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU Athletics. Number 1.
Colin, the race for the NL MVP is heating up. Pete Armstrong having a great year. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani not pitching anymore, Colin.
Pitching at least for the next couple weeks.
And you look at the numbers.
I got it right here.
PCA might have better numbers,
No,
Colin.
don't do this.
PCA
Mike, we're not doing this.
might have better numbers.
Mike, we're not doing this.
Listen, as you guys know, I have a soft spot for the Cubbies, the Bears. I love Chicago. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like Chicago.
Good city.
And I love Pete Armstrong, dating back to when I used to watch him play for the South Bend Cubs against the Peoria Chiefs. All right, Colin, Pete Crow has entered the chat. I'm not ready to say he's going to win the MVP, but I think he deserves to enter the chat.
All right, so here we go. WAR, which is wins above replacement. Pete Crow is at 6.5. Shohei with pitching is at 5.6, which is low. I'm surprised about that. If Pete Crow Armstrong has got more plate appearances, he's got 9 more hits. He's played 11 more games. He's got 1 more home run. He's got 1 less RBI. He's got 20 more stolen bags. He's got a better batting average. He's got a better OBP by just a thousandth of a point.
Come on.
Better slugging, better
Come on.
OPS
Come
by
on.
about
Come on.
0.02. He's got a better OPS plus. Where's his ERA? Do I have to scroll for that?
Ohtani?
Pete Crow. Oh, he doesn't pitch.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a different award. That's the Cy Young Award, not the MVP. That's the Cy Young Award.
That's Ohtani's award until Ohtani retires.
What I'm saying is
that is Ohtani's award until he retires.
Pitching shouldn't matter in the MVP.
I thoroughly disagree.
Hitting.
Well, and
hitting.
What if you pitch
hitting
in addition to hitting?
They got an award for that. This is called the Cy Young.
They should call it the Ohtani then. Rename the award.
You're also not mentioning Pete Crow, Gold Glove in center field.
I agree, and he's one of the best, if not the best outfielder in the league in terms of defensively.
as much I love sitting here and talking great about Pete Crow. Do have to mention, God, does he go on cold streaks?
Oh, and he did the first part of the year, and then the last 45 games, he's hit like 380. He's been
and the Cubs, he's turned the Cubbies on. The Cubbies were flirting for 500, and now they're back, being one of the top teams in the wild card.
They're not going to catch up to Milwaukee. But one thing you got to say about Pete Crow is he did the same thing last year. Remember, through June last year, through 3 months of the year, he was an MVP candidate. He's got 80 games where he plays like Willie Mays, and he's got 80 games where he plays like Harrison Bader. And that's not necessarily something that...
I can't stand Bader, but I think he deserves more respect than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like Bader,
great
but
fielder.
Like he probably deserves a little more respect than that.
But you know what I mean?
The Cubbies are 61-46, by the way.
Yeah.
They're a good team, and he has anchored that team. That's one of the better records in the NL.
Can we agree with this?
It's the fourth best record.
You take Pete Crow off that team, they're probably not. They're not as good as. They're not 61-44.
No, and I think you saw when he was struggling that the Cubbies weren't. They weren't up to snuff. They weren't up to par.
Now
they need Pete Crow playing at a high level. No ifs, ands, or buts.
There might be something to the fact that Pete Crow is more valuable to the Cubs' success comparatively to Ohtani. Ohtani can skip 2 months and they'll still win games.
I think they need Ohtani for a deep playoff run, but I understand.
No, but regular season.
I think I understand the point.
But
I'm still
team Ohtani. Ohtani wins that award until Ohtani retires.
What I'm saying is, if there's a year to do it, and if Pete Crow is able to consistently play well,
2.5 more months.
I mean, what if he emulates those numbers? You think anywhere north of 35 homers? You think anywhere north of 100 RBIs? Hit 95 last year, and the guy didn't hit for a month and a half too, right? And he had 30 stolen bases. He's going to go 30-30, which I think is a really good club. 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases. If you have 100 RBIs too, and you're a Gold Glove, all right. If you're going to throw in the pitching, I'm going to throw in the Gold Glove for Pete Crow.
But would you rather? I mean, keep this in mind. I'll say this: Ohtani is 8-2 as a starter. He's got 14 games started, and he's got a 1.79 ERA. That is top of the league. That is better than Skeens.
I got an award for that, Colin. It's called the Cy Young.
Number 2.
Speaking of the MLB.
He's going to have 40 homers, too, but he's...
Am I going to hit that Dodger under 102.5? You think
maybe with no Ohtani pitching, but then they got Snell checking in, so who knows?
Snell, by the way, they're going to reevaluate him after his start tonight, and he could possibly pitch next week. That's your Blake Snell update. Speaking of the MLB, the trade deadline, less than a week away, Philly star Bryce Harper was honest about his team and what they need to do.
Do you think this is a line of our team that can beat good pitching in October? Because presumably, come October, you guys will see quite a bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need some help, But, I think we've proved, pretty much all year we've done a pretty good job. But, anytime you can, get some help in here and reinforcements, I think it helps.
Do you think that help would be best coming in the form of an arm or a bat?
I think both. I think obviously everybody knows what we need, so I think I've said it over the last couple of days.
What do you make of that? I mean, listen.
He's telling the manager. He's telling the management. He's telling Dombrowski, go get something done.
I think he's honest. I like it personally. Luzardo and Sanchez.
I mean, Sanchez is one of the best pitchers in the league. I agree.
What do they need? A bat?
They need bats.
I mean, I think Wheeler, Luzardo, Sanchez,
they need
Nola.
another spot starter probably. But I mean, they got so many arms. They're not going to spend big on an arm.
Nola's
they can go get a bat.
Colin, Nola's past it. But Zach Wheeler, a 2.5 ERA in 17 starts with 123 strikeouts, 103 innings. Jesus Luzardo, 157 strikeouts, 138 innings. What are we doing? They got pitching. So, got to be a bat. So him, Schwarbaum, I mean, probably going to need a little more help. I still think the Phillies are dangerous. I know Philadelphia fan can't stand
I'd
me.
like to see you go up to Philadelphia with that big mouth of yours and yap about the fans. It would take 2 minutes for you to be finished. That'd be the end of you. How about that one, buddy?
I know they're threatening to kill me and stuff, but listen, that's a good team.
Yeah.
That's a team who's going to have a chance in the NL.
You trust them in a playoff series, though? After what happened last year, remember
they went to a World Series, though.
True.
A lot of those players are still there.
That 11th inning blunder in Game 4 against the Dodgers in that best of 5 was an 11th inning when the reliever, I can't remember his name, he screwed up throwing the ball to home and he let them score the tying run, bases loaded, and he lost the series for them. That was a godforsaken way to finish it. I don't know if that team could really make a difference.
They have 3 good starting pitchers. They have Brad Keller, who's their 8th inning guy, and they have Duran, who's the close-the-door guy.
Right.
If they go 5-6 innings, they're set up for success. That's why I'm asking. Philly fan out there, Philly Joe, who
That'll be the end of
threatening
it.
to kill me. What do you need? You need a bat? You need a 7-hitter? You need a 6-hitter? I think this team's good enough to arguably make a run in the NL. I can't say they're going to beat the Dodgers, but if they go toe-to-toe with the Braves, the Cubbies,
And they lost Wheeler
the
late
Brewers,
last year,
I think they
that's
can
hurt
beat any of those teams. The only team you look at and go, wow, they're almost perfect, are the Dodgers. The other teams, they're all alike. All of these other teams in the NL, I think, outside of the Dodgers, are alike.
And if that's the case, if you think you could be a threat, you always acquire the deadline. That's got to be the thought process. If you are good enough, if you think you're good enough to make a run, go get something at the deadline.
There's a lot of juice in Philly right now with LeBron going there. I don't mind Bryce Harper saying this at all.
No doubt.
I do not mind Bryce Harper saying this
if you want to be a contender, and Harper, what is he, 33, 34? If you want to be a contender, you go acquire something, even if you don't feel like you need it, because you could always have more. You could always have more arms. You could always have more bats. You need that.
Yeah.
You need maybe a spot starter, maybe a couple relievers, something like that, and then a bat or two that could play every day in the lineup. You get that. If you think you can contend, like you say, and I don't love Philly, but if that's the case, yeah, you got to go get somebody.
888-760-3776 is the number. Elias has a call. Let's get to number 3 quickly. We'll see
Number
who's on
3.
the phone. Colin Pochettino signing back with the United States. Listen, I love this. I
Not
want
surprising.
But for everyone that's like, all right, he screwed up. I disagree. The team failed us, folks. They weren't ready to play. Fine. For all the casuals out there, Pochettino made the necessary adjustments to get back to that game in the second half. You were all over Belgium before Matt Freese had the worst howler I've ever seen. We have a lot of young players right now, like Kevin Sullivan, Julian Hall. There are a lot of good MLS players, Colin, who are like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, who are going to be on their way to Europe and playing in big-time leagues coming up here soon. If I'm Pochettino, I get their feet wet within the federation and within some of these CONCACAF games so they're ready to go when they're 22, 23 years old come World Cup
also
time.
make the argument, they left the bid at the table and they got something to prove.
Yeah.
They should be going into the next World Cup, next international competitions with chips on their shoulders because they saw the embarrassment that they put on against Belgium, and that should motivate them. And the fact that you got the coach back, I think is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You can't bring in a guy who didn't experience that loss and try to avenge it because it's not going to work.
And I think, guys, I promise you, Pochettino, the best manager we've had. I mean, Bruce Arena, Burrow-Halter, guys.
Number 4.
Spare me on all of that. This is the right move. I don't care that we didn't get out of the round of 16. He's the right guy. All right, you ready for a little Jerry Jones? Jerry found some microphones at Cowboy Camp. Let's take a listen.
Bottom line is, I love the excitement. You guys, for all practical purposes, don't expect us to be a contender in the Super Bowl. Y'all don't. Why would you? I like that. I do.
For the record, I love Jerry Jones. I really do. I think he's a great owner. I think he's done a great job with making that team the greatest team in the NFL when they haven't won anything in years. With that said, Colin, question from the 5 at 5. Does he make things harder on the Cowboys by meeting with the media, this Jerry Jones?
I mean, this is the time of the year where Jerry Jones dominates, and then the second the game started, people forget about it, right? That's what he did. He does the same thing every single year. One year it's CeeDee Lamb. The next year it's Michael Parsons. Then all of a sudden it's Dak Prescott. Jerry likes to dominate training camp. Yeah. That is what he does because he likes to stir drama with the team. He wants to get people talking about the Cowboys. He wants to make sure people are jazzed up to tune him in on Sunday night, Thursday night, and Monday Night Football. And then he shuts up for the season. He does this every year.
Yeah.
He did this last year, and then all of a sudden the season starts. Cowboys not that good, but they actually showed a couple flashes, and then you forget about it. That is what we are seeing with Jerry Jones. And nothing says training camp like Jerry Jones getting some comments trying to make people think that they're going to go get Max Crosby after trading away Michael Parsons. Hold on a second. You just traded away Michael Parsons for a bunch of assets. You're going to trade those same assets to go get Max Crosby and pay him? That to me is, what is the point of that? So I don't think that's going to happen. And even though that's been floated around, I know Jerry likes to make a splash, and I definitely know that Jerry likes to stir drama. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Jerry won that trade. I wish he would talk about that.
Number 5.
He did not win that trade.
He won the Micah Parsons trade.
How are the Cowboys doing?
I think they're going to be better this year.
Are they?
I think they're going to have a better record than the Pack.
All right. If that's the case, we can circle back.
ESPN Rank 'em today. Colin brought up the top 5 teams that will be the most surprising in the NFL season. Who do you think should be on this list? Surprising teams. You have one that
Saints. Are the Saints on that list? Do you have the 5 in front of you?
I do not have the list.
All right, so I would put the Saints.
Give me some surprise teams.
I would put the Saints on that list. I mean, is it crazy to say the Giants? I'm not sure if that's surprising. I think the Giants could be on that list.
I think so. They won, 5 games last year?
Yeah. And so now hasn't been a great team. Outside of that, I mean, Vikings are trendy. I wouldn't say them. I wouldn't say the Bengals. How about this? I don't know if anybody's expecting anything of them again. Do we think the Colts can come back and surprise people early part of the year?
They don't have Danny Dimes for...
No, he'll be back. He'll be back.
They don't have the Dimer for 4 weeks?
No. He'll be back week 1.
Really?
I think he told McAfee that this week.
I'm out on them. I'm down on them.
Indiana Jones.
I love Indianapolis Jones,
No, you
but I'm
don't.
down on him.
You can't stand him.
That's our guy. We said last year.
That is our guy.
I think that juice has ran out.
You think that juice is out?
I always, with Indianapolis, man, they need to figure out life past Andrew Luck. That was a decade ago. Andrew Luck was a decade ago.
You're not wrong.
And we
about
haven't
that.
really, listen, Daniel Jones is fine. I just saw Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl. I don't think that team has enough. That team's not Seattle. Can we agree? Like, when I think of a surprise team, I think of the Browns winning 10 games, which isn't going to happen. The only, surprise team that I think could possibly do something next year are the Lions because they finished last place in their division. That's the only reason. I want to sit here and buy the Saints from you, but brother, I think you're getting sold a lemon, as they say in the car business. I don't know. I don't see it.
You will see.
And then how about Atlanta today losing? They signed Cooper Rush because Michael Penix is still hurt from the torn
we haven't even gotten
ACL.
a week into the
And now Tua.
training, yeah.
And now Tua is hobbling. Who called that one, by the way?
Smallman's list was Titans, Saints, Colts, Raiders, and Panthers. Panthers.
All right, slow. Titans, no chance.
Saints.
I don't buy it.
You're wrong there.
I don't buy it.
You're wrong there. You'll see. Colts.
I don't think they're a surprise team.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think they're a surprise team.
8-2, so I don't
They're
know.
not surprised.
Raiders.
No chance.
Panthers. That doesn't count either.
That's not a surprise either.
They went toe-to-toe with the Rams.
So the two on our list, once again,
Titans.
Okay, that's
Saints,
one. No.
and Raiders.
Titans, Saints, Raiders. Yeah, they're 3. The Raiders will win 5-6
I think
games.
the Giants should be on that list.
The Raiders will win 5 or 6 games. I think the Titans. How crazy is this? The only one I think out of any of those 3 I could see get flirting with 8-9 wins could be the Titans, just because of the coaching staff. I think our guy Bob Saleh is a coordinator. What did I tell you about Bob Saleh? I see him in his bald head on the sideline as a defensive coordinator going, wow, I wish I had that guy on my coaching staff. I see him in his bald head on the sideline as a head coach and go, oh, my God, what are they doing? And now he's a head coach again. So
That's our guy. Be careful.
We're going to find out if Bob is a head coach or not. The thing that I like is Brian Dable as OC. I love Brian Dable as a coordinator.
There's another example of I like him on this. I see his bald head on the sideline as a
exactly.
OC.
It's like, dude, I that's the only team that I think could flirt with 8 wins. The Saints aren't winning 8 games.
I disagree.
The Raiders aren't winning 8 games.
The Saints could absolutely win 8 games. Didn't they win 7 last year? They were good last year with Shuck, because Shuck comes in and wins 5 games in the last 8 weeks. Telling you, keep stock. They got a good coach too, Kellen Moore.
They went 6-11 and finished dead last in the division.
6-11. What'd they start the year? You want to go through
their
schedule in front of them?
Because
they won 5 of their last 8 games, I want to say.
They were horrific. 1, 2, 3. They started 0-4. They lost to Arizona. They lost to San Fran. They lost to Seattle.
0-4. What
they
was
lost
their last
to Buffalo.
8 games? Go through their last 8 games.
Atlanta loss, Miami loss, Tampa win, Carolina win, New York win, Tennessee win, Atlanta win, Carolina win.
They won 5 in a row. They won 5 in a row last year.
They swept Carolina, and I'm at your mercy. They won 4 in a row, lost the last week of the season to Atlanta. So week 10 to week 8, that's their final 8 weeks. Carolina win, Atlanta loss, Miami loss.
That's all Shuck.
Then the 4-game win streak of Tampa, Carolina, New York, Tennessee, and then Atlanta loss.
That's all Shuck. That's our guy. That's new friend to show.
Who is on their defense?
They got Brian Bresee, the guy from Clemson.
I couldn't name you 3 guys on the defense.
They got a couple guys.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
They got good tackles and they got a good quarterback.
I still think they're the.
Buy stock. We're out, Mike. And I'll tell you, NFC South predictions, to be specific, I'm on top of it, and you know that.
I think
I'm on top of
Smallsy's
it.
list.
You didn't buy the Panthers.
I didn't buy the Panthers.
And the Panthers were America's
still
team
don't buy
last
the
year.
Panthers.
I'm
going to die on that hill.
They were America's team last year.
Die
they
on
went
that Bryce
toe-to-toe.
Young hill.
They led in the fourth quarter against the Rams. Give them a little respect.
Can I be a homer real quick?
No one's thinking about Ohio State. No one
time
cares.
I saw an article from ESPN compared Julian Sayin to Bryce Young.
Okay.
And that's who he's going to be in the NFL.
As a Heisman
what do you think?
Trophy winner.
Exactly.
And a
That's what
national
got me.
champion runner-up.
That's what got me excited.
Bryce Young was a great college player.
He was. One of the best. I mean, dude, there's a reason that Tabor, who's the Carolina owner?
Tepper.
Thank you. Remember, they wanted to take C.J. Stroud, everybody in the building, and he stepped in and said, give me Bryce, give me that Alabama quarterback.
He might be onto something.
Dude, did you see what...
Number 5.
Did you see what C.J. Stroud wore into the... I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. Dude,
Everyone
was freaking
out.
What he wanted to dress up like blinged out? Like, I mean, come
he
on.
had the
white t-shirt and jeans.
He had the freshman year 2010 Mike Rizzo look going. Baggy pants that go past the
no
knees,
problem with that.
white tee, and some J's on.
No problem.
That's the 2010
You had the worst year.
Mike Rizzo.
You had the worst finish to a year like ever. We're good.
What stinks is
wear your white t-shirt and jeans. Go get to work.
What stinks is he played awful against Pittsburgh and was almost the reason that they didn't get past them.
Pittsburgh had no business winning that game.
And then New England had no business winning the game in New England because C.J. Stroud threw what, 4 first-half picks?
Hey, he had like 8 turnovers in 2 games. Oh, he was terrible. So I have no problem with him underdressing his way into training camp.
I think all these teams are going to be awful again, maybe outside of the Titans. Are you buying the Cleveland Browns? The answer is no. Sorry, let me keep going. You buying the Browns? No. Are you buying the Dolphins? No. Are you buying the Jets? No. Are you buying the Raiders?
The Jets could be a little underrated. Not great.
With Aaron Glenn? And who's playing quarterback? Gino?
I don't think it might not be sunshine and rainbows, but I actually think it could be better.
I'm sorry, dude. That screams
does
that not scream disaster?
Hey, it's the Jets. I know it's always like the Mets. The Jets are the Mets. Like I get it, but I could see them being a little bit better than what they were last year.
The Giants.
I think both New York teams will be better than what they were last year.
The Giants and the Titans. If I had to pick a surprise team, that's it. Those two, and it's because of Harbaugh. And it's because of our bald-headed friends on the sideline for Tennessee.
So you're down on...
I'm down on the Saints.
Here's the thing about the
I'm
Titans.
down on the Raiders.
Titans playing a good division.
The Raiders playing a good division, too.
Yeah, right. A good division both ends. So, I mean, if you want who are they going to win their games against? The Chargers? Or who are they going to win? The Chargers are due for a healthy year.
It's a rookie quarterback.
Chiefs, yeah, when are they going to win at Arrowhead? I mean, they can win at SoFi because that is a Raider home game.
Do they have an offensive line?
TBD.
That's what I mean.
They got a bunch of skill positions.
Who's defending the quarterback?
They got Ashton Jensen and Bowers, and then they got Michael Mayer. They got 2 tight ends, a quarterback, and a will to win.
Kansas City, Denver, and Los Angeles. They're going to go 1 and 5.
I say the same thing with the Titans too. I mean, it's easy to win at Indianapolis, but what are they going to beat the Jags? Are going to beat the Texans? Those are going to be 2 very good teams.
Houston's defense is
unbelievable, and Jacksonville's going to have a really good year too. And I don't say that.
Wow.
I don't say that lightly.
Wow.
Jacksonville's going to be I think they're going to be great.
I think I need to clip that.
I think they're going to be great. And I hope I'm not.
How does it feel? How does it feel for your season not to already be?
I'll say this. Jacksonville had a weird draft, but the biggest thing they did, which is the most underrated thing in the NFL, is they returned all the coordinators. They returned all the main pieces that both had head coaching offers.
Hot shot Grant Udinski.
Udinski could have had the Browns if he wanted it. And Campanile could have had the Cardinals if he wanted it. And they both came back. And I think that is the most underrated aspect. They lost a couple pieces, but they're going to have Hunter back. Lawrence another year under Cohen. I really think they're going to have a big year.
Are you buying the Monk Man in Cleveland?
Keep an eye out.
The Monk Man?
Yeah,
that's what they're calling him, by the way.
They're going to have a rough year. That's fine.
How does it feel for your season not to already be over before it starts?
But Mike,
you know how tiring that is?
I'll tell you.
You know how tiring this process
January
is?
to April, you're going to have a blast because you're going to be watching every pro day that is out there, and you're going to see, you're going to be scouting 8 quarterbacks.
Colin, that's been my entire existence as an NFL fan.
You're going to be scouting quarterbacks.
My question is, what's different from the other 30 years that I've been watching
You're
this
going to be
team?
scouting quarterbacks.
I'll end this segment with this. How does it feel for your season not to already be over in July? I can't relate. And even Dolphin fans around here, they can't relate either.
888-760-3776. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Bismente. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 1063, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
She ain't gon' tie me down. Why you on the road? Carrying all the shirts, all the hats, all the clothes. What you want right now? What up right now? I think you need to close your mouth.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
Boy, you're going to make big-time money on your Hard Rock Bet picks. All of a sudden, you get a little extra cash in the pocket. What do I do with it? Call Flagler Credit Union. They'll get you covered.
Oh, folks, I'm already planning my next trip with Flagler Credit Union, depositing into that savings account that I opened with Flagler almost 2 years ago now. I have a personal checking account and a savings account with Flagler Credit Union. They are the local guys and names that we all know and love. And if you're driving down in Boca and you're passing FAU, go take a look at whose name is on that stadium. Flagler Credit Union Stadium. They're the official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics. They got 4 locations across Palm Beach County: Boca Raton, Lake Clark Shores, North Palm Beach, West Palm Beach. I go right here in West Palm. I'm up in Lakes. It's the one that's most convenient for me. Which one's most convenient for you? You go to flaglercu.org for more information. And if you need to take out some cash, if you need to take out some money, think of Flagler Credit Union. Since they're a non-for-profit cooperative, they will be able to charge you less when you need to take out some cash. So think of Flagler Credit Union, folks. 4 locations across Palm Beach County.
Surprise teams in the NFL. We talked about all the different strength of schedules in the SEC bias. Trade deadline is coming up on Monday in the MLB.
Yeah, I got a couple of teams in mind. I mean, obviously the Phillies, according to Bryce Harper.
And we talked about Tarek Skubal a number of times. The teams that have been floated: Rays, Brewers, and Dodgers.
Rays will never do it. Brewers will never do it.
They're making calls, but yeah.
I don't think they're going to do. They're not going to trade one of those prospects. It's just off-brand for them. They have Mizorowski already. They have,
Right,
I
they
think,
need
pitching.
more than that if you want to beat the Dodgers. You need more than that. You know that too. And Mizorowski's pitching as good as anybody. So
I don't see anyone other but the Dodgers trading for him at this point. Now,
you're telling me we're going to see Snell, Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Skubal?
Need a salary cap, brother. Now, you're Mr. Let's have the Dodgers win it all again because I want a salary cap.
Are you not?
I don't want to see the Dodgers win it again.
You want a salary cap?
I want a salary cap, but I don't want to see the Dodgers.
It's a bargaining chip if they win.
Well, then, all right. Since you think that way, you should want him to go to the Dodgers. That helps your. That helps the case.
I think they're going to win regardless of where he goes.
Now, Mookie's been struggling. Dude, that lineup, I don't want to be that guy.
I understand.
But Mookie's been hurt. He hasn't been hitting well. Freeman's
that's
older.
That's another guy that they're going to give him 100 games, and he'll have to be ready. Kike Hernandez is going to have to be ready for the end of the year.
Kyle Freeman's older, right?
He's having a pretty good year, though, right?
It's Muncy and Pajes. Yeah. Muncy, Pajes, and Ohtani.
Pajes, who was unplayable last year in the postseason.
I mean, Pajes has 70 RBI. He leads the team with 70 RBIs this year.
I know. Tucker's been weird, but that's a team. They don't care. They don't care about, other than Ohtani, who's trying to stack MVPs and become the greatest player of all time. Nobody else cares. They all think, I want to be healthy by the time mid-September comes around and in a groove. That's all they care about.
They're cheating with this lineup.
It's stupid.
They are cheating.
They got guys who are not playing well, and they're 30 games above 500.
Pajes, Ohtani, Freeman, Tucker, Muncy, Teoscar, Mookie, Will Smith. They have 2 of the best hitting catchers in the MLB in Dalton Rushing and Will Smith. They are cheating. So, yeah, where's he going to go, Riz? The Dodgers. Where else would he go? No one. The Brewers and the Rays, they're not going to do this for a year. Look at how the Brewers and Rays do business. They like getting team-friendly contracts.
It's a matter.
I don't think the Rays, Colin. I don't think the Rays have ever done anything like this in the history of their organization. The Brewers have done it one time. Sorry to cut you off. The Brewers have done it one time, and it was CC Sabathia. He was gone after the next year.
I understand. It's about going for it. Are they serious about going for it? And if they are, you make a call.
Do you want to take on Skubal too? What? I'm hearing experimental surgery with that brother. What the hell is going on?
The rest of the year.
It's a tough sell for Scott Boras. Tell you what.
I'll tell you. And if you want to bet that on the Hard Rock Bet app, download it today in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You go to that, you can bet on the Dodgers to win it all. You bet on the Brewers to win it all. If you think the Rays are going to win it all, if you think the Yankees can get over this injury hump that they're in right now, mid-July. Go bet it on the Hard Rock Bet app, which you can download today in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. That's play-by-play, parlays, player props. Parlay it all together, put as little as $1. It's all available on the app. Check it out. It's a lot of fun for the new player and the experienced player. It's Hard Rock Bet, offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in front of the wager. Terms and conditions do apply. If you're somebody who knows a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. That's 1-833-PLAY-WISE. 888-760-3776, number to get into the program. That is 888-760-3776. Let's go to West Palm. Ernie in West Palm, join the program. What do you got, Ernie?
I'm going to go all over the place because I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. And even though I've listened, I haven't called in because I've been busy. But let's start with this. Mike, I'm down on you when you're just banana ball. Don't do that. Okay?
Oh, you're a big banana ball guy, Ernie? Wait.
Give me, let me explain.
Please, finish your point.
To you. let me make my point. You can't compare banana ball to Major League Baseball. You just can't, because Major League Baseball's got tradition. You can't. I'm a traditionalist. I'm just like you. I love baseball. Trust me, Mike. That's why you can't compare it to the same thing. You can't. Banana ball is entertainment for what it is. It's like WWE. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what you call for. But don't put it in the same thing. Now, the reason why I say that because I love baseball, but at the same time, I feel that once these guys sign that big check, I don't know. I'm just my eyes. I don't see the enthusiasm like I see them like in the minors. Like I go to a lot of these games at Roger G Stadium. I take my son because I take him to those games, believe it or not, because those kids, those guys, those young teenagers, young men that I see on the field, for me, show more enthusiasm being out there trying to get the grind. Yes, to finally get the big contract. I know. But you see it, dude. You see it. And now, that's the only difference. I know I'm going all over the place. Second of all, you were Theo. You were talking about, Mike, you were talking about Theo earlier. You was on the show with Theo. Are you a wingman?
Say that again, brother. Do I need a what? A wingman?
No, he's talking about a
wingman.
Your dating life. You need to get back into it.
No, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break from the dating life for a little bit. I'm not completely, I put everything's in the Lord's hands. Ernie, everything's in the Lord's hands. How about that? I'm done looking for it.
No. That's how you're supposed to do it. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is I was looking for it and I was trying my darndest and, I met two incredible women and it just didn't go my way,
Mike, don't, that's what it is. I'm trying to change this. Don't look for it. I was at the same point in my life. Don't look for it. You're right. Don't look for it. It's going to fall, like you said, in God's hands. If it happens, it happens. Don't look for it. Why? Because it's too much stress for that. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Just have fun. You'll find it. Don't worry about it, buddy. You're a great guy. I've met you. You're fantastic. You're great looking. You got a great job. What the hell? If I was a female, I would go for you.
Thanks, Ern. My guy, dude.
That's a nice way to put it.
That's my guy, Ernie.
What a lovely comment.
That's my guy, Ernie.
Thank you, Ernie.
Anything else, brother? Anything else?
Anybody else you got to get off your chest?
Just this case, but you also training too for 10K?
Yeah, I'm running a 10K. I'm running 6 miles coming up August 30th. I've ran 3 darn near 4 miles every single 5 days a week for the last 4 weeks. So I'm trending into the right direction.
You're not a sprinter in any way.
No, brother, I'm running 10 minutes per mile. The fastest I ever went on a mile was about 9:15, but I was really pushing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get the traffic lights hurt too. If I'm being honest, the traffic lights hurt.
I'm gonna race your buddy there that he thinks
I'm joking. Okay. You want?
I haven't seen him. Remember, he was supposed to come down here.
I got a knee thing, by the way. I got a knee thing.
Yeah,
so
Colin's injured at the moment.
Ernie, I have a knee thing too.
Yeah, and then Ernie quickly.
Two guys limping down the street.
Ernie quickly. My great-great-grandfather came to this country from Sicily and fell in love with baseball. And he took my great-grandfather, who I would watch Indians games with at the nursing home. If they were alive to see the disgrace that is the Banana League, I'm an old school guy, Ernie. It's not my shtick. I don't think it's baseball. I think it's a disgrace to the game. It's a disgrace to the game, Ernie.
It is. But it's the same thing when people talk about WWE and Greco-Roman wrestling. And I'm telling you that from that point of view. The traditional Greco-Roman wrestlers hate WWE. They hate it. They think it's a joke. So it's the same thing. I understand. Tradition is tradition, and wrestling and true sports is a true sport. I know what you're saying about banana ball, but it is entertainment for entertainment's sake. Because honestly, baseball, at one point was boring. I mean, and that to the point of, okay, let's do this. I want to explain this to me because you have to understand this part. The tradition part is okay, but you have to put the fun into it. The bat flipping, the emotions of baseball has to be put into it because that's the part about the World League Baseball that's better than the Major League Baseball. Correct?
Fine. Okay. I understand. You want the emotion side of baseball.
It's got its times.
And it does.
It's got its times. The emotion has its times. I think you got to pick your right spots with it, personally.
Well, you can't take it out of baseball, and they try to do that out of baseball.
They're off that now. I mean, they're sometimes on it, but they've been off that. The ABS was a big win. The DH was a big win. Pitch clock was a win. They've done a good job. They've done a good job.
They have done a great job of turning eyes back into baseball, and they have. And they sped up the game. They've made it interesting. But the emotions of baseball has to be put into the game. They can't take it out. That, bat flip and stuff like that, that's part of the game. And people shouldn't shut out about it, So, guys, have a good one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take care, Ernie. I appreciate the call. 888-760-3776 is the number to get into the program. That's 888-760-3776. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Elias Pusmente. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Mike Rizzo here. Life doesn't always slow down, and with Gießen 0%, it doesn't have to. Enjoy the taste of premium New Zealand wine, gently de-alcoholized to deliver the crisp, refreshing flavor you expect. Gießen 0% is how I enjoy my weekends. If it's on the boat, if it's at the pool, that's how I celebrate life's everyday moments. All the flavor of great wine with 0% alcohol. Gießen 0%, real wine for real life. The moment is now.
Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
Looking for the best pizza in Palm Beach County or the perfect spot to catch the big game with friends? Then head to Adrian's Pizza Bar at City Place in West Palm Beach. Enjoy handcrafted cocktails and Adrian's world-famous original square pizza, straight from Stone Street, Manhattan. From game day gatherings to late-night bites, Adrian's is the place everyone's talking about. Open daily from 11:30 a.m. to midnight. And don't miss the best happy hour in town. Twice daily from 11:30 to 6 p.m. and again from 10 p.m. till close. Adrian's Pizza Bar at City Place, bringing the legendary flavors of Stone Street, Manhattan to West Palm Beach.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
All right, it's almost that time. Over-under season is on the horizon, and preseason polls and Heisman votes and all that stuff is all coming about here. And you could go better on the Hard Rock Bet app.
Absolutely. And I got my 5 teams who I think are going to have a good year coming up in the NCAA. My 2 SEC teams, LSU and Ole Miss. I think there's a lot of juice with both of those programs. If you look at the SEC in totality, I think those 2 teams are the best. You can maybe argue Texas, but I'm definitely taking the overs on LSU and Ole Miss. I'm also going to obviously sprinkle in Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. I think those are the top teams, at least on paper. So I'm downloading the Hard Rock Bet app. I'm going to go to that Discover tab, and I'm going to search each team, by each one by school. And that's how I'm going to do it. And you could do it as well. Now, we went through 5 surprising teams that Michelle Smallman talked about earlier on Unsportsmanlike. If you agree with her on some of those teams, like, Fernando Mendoza and the Raiders, the Saints, Colin's bullish on the Saints, the Titans, who've got basically 2 NFL coaches there in Brian Dable and Bob Saleh. If you're high on any of those teams, Hard Rock Bet. Me, I love the home run part. Guys, I am money on people hitting home runs. C.J. Abrams, anytime homer, has won me a lot of money this year. Pete Alonso as well over there in Baltimore. Baltimore's having a bad year, but Polar Bear Pete's well on his way to hitting 40 bombs. You can get involved on Hard Rock Bet. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you're a friend and concerned about gambling, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. Now, Colin, to end it, I think Oklahoma State, dude, I think they could compete for the Big 12 next year.
I mean, they got Nestamaker, they got Morris there. They got a lot of talent. They got all the North Texas talent.
And also, speaking of the North Texas talent, Caleb Hawkins led the nation in rushing last year.
Yeah, he was great.
And he's their running back.
Yeah, he's great.
Nestamaker led the nation in passing last year.
And he's a redshirt sophomore.
That's a defense optional type of league. Dude, they're going to put up some serious numbers, I think, on the offense.
I agree. That'll be a good team. That team will be back right in the mix.
We looked at that Texas Tech schedule, and we think, at least me, Texas Tech probably the top team in the Big 12 heading into the year. Then BYU. They're at Stillwater, Oklahoma, at Oklahoma State at the end of the season. Like they're one of the final 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a tough game. That's a tough game for them.
888-760-3776. That's 888-760-3776. Number to get into the program. Steve in I-95 joins the program. Steve, what do you got for us?
Hey, guys. How's it going? Real quick, I want to circle back to something you guys talked about, Pochettino re-signing with the United States. And I believe, is it CONCACAF is at the end of the year, October, November?
September. So CONCACAF Gold Cup action for qualifications is September. The knockout round will be like May-ish after the Premier League and the main league season.
Does the United States, is part of it typically tends to be the United States and Mexico in the final, and they both typically tend to be ranked somewhere between 10 and 20. Do they get enough high-quality competition?
No. The answer is no, Steve. But I also think with the United States not being a host nation, it's going to make these games a lot more important. But you're right. The Panamas, the Jamaicas, the Canadas, for all intents and purposes, with everyone that's Canadian, Jamaican, and they stink. Those teams stink. There's 2 teams in the CONCACAF historically, and it's the United States and it's Mexico. I will say this, Steve. Mexico's probably at the best place they've been as a federation within the last maybe 12 years.
Yeah, they're coming off the hot streak.
And so I would like to see how they are now. Steve, I know you listen to me, brother. I can't wait to get the belt out and start whipping people back into shape in CONCACAF with some of the slander I've been hearing from Mexican fans about the United States team. But to answer your question, there's not a lot of good teams in CONCACAF. That's why I think Copa America is going to help significantly, playing some of those CONMEBOL opponents who we know like to get greasy and like to and like to tackle, foul, and mess the game up a bit. I think that's going to be where you're going to get a lot of good competition. It's Copa America.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Steve. That's Steve in I-95. 888-760-3776. Number to get into the program. That's 888-760-3776. Yeah, Pochettino coming back, no surprise.
Love
it. They got to hopefully, I like the fact, some teams have bad runs and then they get rid of the coach and then they try to get a new coach in there, and the coach doesn't necessarily have that same revenge attitude that previous coach does. Pochettino's got an opportunity now to have a little bit of an avengeful mentality where they go avenge what you did in the first World Cup.
This wasn't a bad run.
Like there was a bad finish.
It was a bad game. And sadly, you're judged on the knockout round. Our guy, Alexi Lawless, put it great. It sucked that had to be the game everything blew up. It sucked. And I want to remind everybody, it's not Poch's fault that Matt Freese forgot how to play the position. It's not Poch's fault.
Matt Freese. It was not just Matt Freese.
It's not Poch's fault Tim Ream getting ragdoll at the back stick. Tim Ream's 38, 40 years old, had no business playing.
Pulisic not playing great, not showing up for the moment.
Tim Ream had no business playing on the field. You had Pulisic, who was injured the entire tournament from game one.
Not an excuse.
Listen,
not an excuse.
Things didn't go your way in that game. Things did not go your way in that game, and you give Belgium credit for the way that they were able to exploit the United States. I go back to, listen, halftime adjustments. I think halftime adjustments are a little overrated in all of sports. You know what I mean? But Pochettino did the proper thing, taking Sergio Dest off of the pitch. I wish he would have taken Pulisic off, but even though he didn't take Christian off, those 15 minutes that you had, if Freeze doesn't make that mistake, I think you had a chance to either win the game or go to penalties.
It could, would have, should have. That's what that is, right? They got thoroughly outplayed. They got destroyed in that first half. Now you got an opportunity for the rest of the international scope in the next couple of years, and also when it comes about it to the following World Cup in 2030, you got your guy.
Yeah.
You're going to have a little bit of semblance of consistency, and that's a good thing.
There are a lot of I talked to some pundits, some fellow football pundits in the States at Inter Miami, and what they told me in so many words is the old school teams of Tim Howard, Landon Donovan, and Clint Dempsey would never lose 4-1. I think that's a little bit unfair just because of how everything transpired. I can't control my goalkeeper doing what he did. It was 2-1 there. I know you said, Kyle, you can't cry over spilled milk. Well, damn it, I am. That was the worst moment of the tournament. Maybe outside of Lamens, the United goalkeeper in the Belgium game who messed up against Spain. That was right up there with that. I can't control that stuff happening. I get that they weren't ready to play. They played scared. Hindsight 2020, President Trump helping us out probably wasn't the best thing. I still think it was the right move. But not to open old war wounds, man. I can't control the goalkeeper doing that. That is some JV. No. That is some U12.
It's not all Freeze's fault. It's not all Freeze's fault.
That is some U12 soccer chump change baloney garbage.
He was a disgrace. He was not the only one. It's got to be fair. He was not the only one. Balogun was a ghost story in that game. Pulisic was a ghost story in that game.
They couldn't service Balogun.
Hey, it was a ghost story in that game. There was nobody who played great.
Well, Christian was injured.
I'm not listening to this.
Christian was injured.
I'm not listening to this. Don't carry water.
That's a nice jersey. United States World Cup, baby. Love the jersey. Love it, partner.
We're not doing that. But Poch is back, so congratulations to him.
Yeah, Pochettino. Great move.
All right. U.S. men's national team, they kick off some CONCACAF action in September, so you got a couple months. And then also MLS is firmly in the mix right now. You got Pink Smoke coming up after this.
Yep, myself and Damian Perez. Damian came in here, and he was cheesing ear to ear, telling me Lionel Messi was back in practice today, so we'll break that down.
When is it 3 weeks up? The 3 weeks mandatory that FIFA gave him to not
Colin,
he cannot play.
If he's practicing, I don't think he plays this Saturday. Yeah, well, I think he's going to play in Leagues Cup.
Well, okay, because
Leagues Cup is next
the 19th
Wednesday.
Was last day. That was not. It was 10 days ago.
So Leagues Cup is a big time tournament that I think they want to win.
Next Saturday.
I believe next Wednesday or Saturday. I'm at your mercy. A lot of moving parts with that, but I think he plays Wednesday. The first
is he allowed to?
Wednesday.
Wasn't it a rule that he couldn't play for 21 days, or am I wrong there? Or was it a recommendation?
Optional recommendation rule.
Next Saturday, he'll probably see.
I think you'll see him Wednesday personally if he's in practice. But we'll break it down more. Coming up with Pink Smoke.
Wow.
When you come into a game, you should go to the game that
I went to 2 games last year.
You should when my folks are in town. You should go with them.
Yeah, I went to 2 games last year. I had a good time. It was a good time, and it's not that hard. I mean, granted, I haven't been to New Stadium, which is I got to take a helicopter to get there.
No, you take the tri-rail. It's very easy. Now, Colin, I'm going to see you through a screen tomorrow. Am I right on this?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And we got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a big office day tomorrow, and Colin's.
Well, I got.
How do you think?
I'm going to the Jersey Shore tomorrow night.
How do you think the big boss feels about that?
Who's the big boss? Craig Karmazin?
Our CEO and fearless leader.
We'll find out. Jersey Shore this weekend. Looking forward to that.
Dogfest, man. I'm very upset that I can't go.
That's all coming up. Stick around. You got Pink Smoke, a little Inter Miami talk with Damian Perez and Mike Rizzo coming up after this until 7 o'clock. Big thanks to Elias Musumete keeping us up over the airwaves today. That's Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. We will see you soon. If you missed any of the program, go listen back on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Just go to Russo and Rizzo. You can catch us in full commercial-free format over there. If you want to watch back, go to YouTube's at ESPN South Florida and Twitter and Facebook at ESPN West Palm. That's Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. See ya next time. This has been Russo and Rizzo right here on ESPN 106.3.
Big and save big at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Right now, choose from over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned cars and SUVs ready to drive home today. That means more selection, more savings, and more ways to get the deals you've been waiting for. Whether you're looking for a fuel-efficient commuter, a family SUV, or a sporty new ride, Greenway Kia West Palm Beach has you covered. And here's the game changer. Big inventory means big value, putting more money back in your pocket. Credit challenges? No problem. The Credit Clinic is back, and the experienced team at Greenway Kia will work with you to explore financing options that fit your lifestyle. So don't wait. Find the Kia that's perfect for you, your budget, and your driveway. Call Lonnie Mister today at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or hurry on to Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where big inventory means big savings. But don't wait. These deals won't last. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Hey, it's Tina. Looking for the perfect family getaway without leaving paradise? Treat your crew to the family retreat package at O Resort and Spa in Palm Beach. Enjoy daily breakfast for up to 5 guests, complimentary kids and teen club access, non-motorized water sports, daily valet, and even a late 2 p.m. checkout, so you can soak up every last minute together. Create unforgettable memories right here in Palm Beach. Visit eauresortandspa.com to book your family retreat today. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's go to the Rapids, South Florida's largest water park, where every second is a splash, a scream, a laugh you didn't know you needed. Reconnect with your fun side and let go. You want thrills? Blast uphill on Mega Mayhem or brave the 6-story Big Thunder. Bring the whole crew and turn an ordinary day into the kind of memory everyone keeps talking about. Whether you're catching the wave at Big Surf or chilling in our relaxing lazy river, make this your unforgettable season at Rapids. Let's go.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over